twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live. It's your favorite wrestling podcast back on its regular night. Sit down and pile drive. Tonight, it's going to be kind of a, well, I don't know if you know this, but it was a slow news week in professional wrestling.
Except for what?
Except for one thing, and we're going to talk about it. Some exciting good news kind of stuff in the world of professional wrestling that's not WWE related, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
This podcast might run kind of short. We don't know yet. We'll find out. We can talk a lot about wrestling. So, in case you didn't know, there's this other event happening in the world of professional wrestling in September.
Right. Bola.
Bola, exactly. I was talking about All In.
I know you were.
But we can talk about
messing around.
Run by 3 professional wrestlers. This isn't a wrestling. No one wrestling promotion is attached to this. Several are. It's pretty exciting stuff. They got Joey Janela and Penelope Ford gonna. The event is called All In. Why? Because Cody and the Young Bucks are all in. You know who else is gonna be all in?
Who?
CM Punk.
You think?
He's gonna be there.
Oh, he'll be there for sure. I don't know if he's gonna wrestle.
He's not gonna wrestle, but he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. They might set up a program with him or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's in the water.
Yeah, it's just it makes the most sense.
It's that scene in The Lion King.
Yeah.
When Rafiki knows Simba's alive, and he's just like, oh, he's all laughing. He's painting the Straight Edge Society on his wall photo.
You see
of
a
CM
perfect
Punk.
fist with an X in it.
Yes, exactly. So they've been kind of slowly promoting this very independent wrestling event that's happening in Chicago in this 10,000 seat.
It reminds me a lot of like Starrcade. The
Yeah.
original like concept of the Starrcade was to compete with WWF at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like a combination of all the territories that haven't been bought yet.
I mean, it's the most
Essentially
Dusty.
the science.
It's the most Dusty Rhodes thing Cody could do.
Because Dusty Rhodes put on Starrcade.
I mean,
it's his brainchild.
This gives Cody Rhodes all the ammunition he needs to make whatever demands he wants in case he ever goes back to the WWE.
I don't think he's gonna go back.
I think he will, but I don't think it's gonna. It will be on his terms.
Yeah.
It will definitely be like, no, because I don't need you. Here's all the reasons I don't need you. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So they've been promoting it. They've been showing all the wrestlers who are going to come in. They've been talking about it on Being the Elite.
Right.
Every event they're in, they're all in. They talk about it. So they have this press conference to talk about what the event's going to be like.
Yeah.
Did you watch the press conference?
I didn't watch it, but I read the highlights.
Yeah.
So I know what happens.
So they they open up tickets. So they open up ticket sales, and within 30 minutes.
Yep. Sold out.
They sold out 10,000 tickets. 10,000 tickets.
I think it's more than 10,000 actually, because the capacity's like 12, isn't it? In that building. So if it's sold out,
10,000 plus.
10,000 plus, yeah. But then you got the people who are like, oh, the scalping and the stuff like that.
All those, the internet was made for complaining, and wrestling fans jumped on that bandwagon as quickly as they could.
Well, it doesn't make sense because the whole point was to sell out
10,000
10,000 seats, not make sure 10,000 people show up and be cool.
Exactly.
No, it was about selling the
scalpers. Cody and Young Bucks still make that money.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go to any major event, there's going to be scalpers. It's just the name of the game.
Yeah, WrestleMania doesn't just sell out, okay?
No.
A lot of those tickets go to scalpers and other ticket places and stuff like that want to make that money. Yeah, I mean, goddamn it, wrestling fans, just enjoy things.
Yeah. It's wrestling.
Three wrestlers sold out a 12,000 seat venue in Chicago.
Yeah.
Based on wrestling.
Yeah.
They didn't bring in some shit celebrity. They didn't bring in Brock Lesnar to ruin their event. They said, hey, we're wrestlers. I mean, we thought that the only way they could sell it out is if they got a Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
They haven't even announced that, like, the CM Punk thing is pure speculation. He might not even show up.
Dude, that place will riot if he doesn't show up. Though.
And then,
like straight up, like, you cannot have it in Chicago and tease CM Punk then just be like, yeah, he's not here, guys. Bye.
They haven't necessarily teased him. They haven't said he's not going to be there.
Right.
But I think it's the rumblings. It's all of the rumblings that are going on. He will show up.
Yeah. He'll be there in some form.
Confirmed by us. So if anyone's mad, tune in to twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live on that date. Sit down in Pile Drive and let us know in the comment section how mad you are that we were wrong and that CM Punk was not going to be there.
Yeah, for
Even
sure.
though he's totally going to be there. So they have been promoting this just using wrestlers, not like, oh, let's bring in this past performer from the WWE. I think the only one besides
Stephen
Cody
Amell.
is I don't even know if he's going to be there.
No, he was announced as All In.
And he's barely a celebrity.
Stephen Amell is a celebrity.
Well,
He's in
he's
Ninja
there.
Turtles, man. He's Casey Jones.
He's not Casey Jones.
He's Casey Jones.
No! Casey Jones was fine! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was fine! You didn't need to ruin it, Michael Bay! You ruined it.
Oh, I thought the sequel was good.
So
Well, that's another story.
Other than Stephen Amell, it's been like just names of professional wrestlers that people like.
And what I like about it is it's very a PWG aspect where it's like you get some guys from Mexico who are huge, you get a couple guys from Canada that are huge, Japan, United States. It's like a good it's gonna feel like a WrestleCon but bigger.
It's like it's a WrestleMania for wrestling fans.
Yeah, that's what I hope it becomes. You know?
I mean, if it sees the success that being sold out within the first 30 minutes shows, there's no reason they can't continue to do the event. Maybe with sponsors, so they're not paying for it because they paid for it.
They already said they
pocket.
have sponsors too.
Yeah,
they announced at the press conference that they have sponsors and that they will be at the show
to get that money back because they paid for that completely.
Well, I bet you they're going to be using sponsors to try to put on a streaming of some sort.
Yeah,
because they said they're not going to stream it unless people didn't get in, and people didn't get in.
And people should. People need to see that event. That needs to be seen.
No, it's definitely going to be one of those things.
It's.
But it also might be one of those. You got to get there. It's a we're not streaming it. You have to be there. This is for the people.
That would be very punk rock of them.
Oh yeah,
but not very business savvy.
No, I don't think they would.
No.
Then I heard some people say that because contracts with Lucha Underground and things like that, they can't stream it. But AAW streams all the time, Penta and things like that. And I'm pretty sure Don Callis works for New Japan.
Don Callis is going to take over the professional wrestling world.
I'm saying, I don't think there's going to be a problem because Impact has a deal with Lucha Underground. Impact is run by Don Callis, who works for New Japan, who has agreement with Ring of Honor. So I don't think there's going to be any of that issue.
And there's a difference between what WWE does and what, just streaming a match on Twitch does.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just going to be beneficial for everybody to put it. Putting it on Twitch under the Being the Elite might be the best idea. But I feel like they're going to be aiming higher.
Yeah.
I think you put it on Fight TV as a pay-per-view is what they're probably going to do.
This is exciting stuff. I think this is the sign that proves Jim Cornette wrong about how popular professional wrestling is.
Well, what we've talked a little bit before the show about how wrestling isn't popular among the masses.
Yeah, no,
but the people who watch wrestling. They spend more money than anybody else. They watch more than they can. It's accessibility with things like High Spots Network and the WWE Network and Powerbomb.tv, Fight. All this stuff is accessible now that people could just watch wrestling whenever. Back in the 2000s when wrestling was starting to get on the decline, people who liked wrestling didn't really have much options. It was WWE or that's it.
Yeah.
That's why TNA kind of blew up, is because it was an alternative. People were like, "Oh, it's not WWE."
With what happened with TNA, I think it also showed we can't just bank on this being the only alternative.
Right.
We need to create avenues where people can watch a Combat Zone Wrestling, PWG, a GCW, because no offense to Impact, it's just not getting it done.
Well, Impact's it's Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
Especially in the last, not in the last
it's Kroger.
Months, but
it's the Kroger brand.
Yeah. But in a sense, because TNA just became stale and boring and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Once all the big names started leaving, that's when you saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of digging the new thing with Don Callis, because he's kind of trying to bring in a new, fresh talent. Try to make it a little more interesting.
Make it less of an alternative and more of just, a wrestling promotion.
It's I think they're smart to try to be the best indie.
Yes.
That's what they should be doing. And I really like the format of like jumping between different shows.
Yeah,
and they do it kind of like an old NWA where it's like there's a commentator in front of a green screen.
I mean, we're getting off topic here, but if Impact Wrestling took that route, where it was the Impact Zone was kind of just like the home base for everything,
like the combat, like the blood sport area, where all the best fighters in the world come to wrestle.
That would be interesting. That would be different. Mm-hmm. I can't think of a wrestling promotion that's ever done that.
It's just like NWA was.
It would be great. It would be great.
Yeah,
but we can't speculate on Impact Wrestling doing that, and I don't know if it's financially feasible for them to do that.
I think it would save them more money to do that.
Yeah,
because you're just outsourcing other people's like venues and cameras and things like that, and you just bring it together. It's like a showcase.
It's a great way to showcase a lot of different talent across without having to necessarily pay them out of your pocket. No, I think that'd be great. So anyway, All In. It's going to be a huge show. It's going to be great. Are you all in?
No.
You're not all in?
We can't go.
We can't go in? Somebody. Color Circuit. We need to be all in. This needs to be on Color Circuit's dime. Not our dime. All right? We're just the podcast. You guys are the CC business savvy here. No. You're the representation for us. So buy our tickets, please, Dylan, Scott, Zach, whoever wants to take care of that, and we'll go. We'll supply news coverage if we remember.
Right.
And yeah, it'll be a good time. All right. We good?
Excuse me, I've just got to turn on these lights.
Oh, the LED lights.
Yes.
No expense was spared.
No expense.
At set number 2 at Color Circuit Live. All right. What else is going on in the news today?
Ronda Rousey.
So, on the list of what I consider to be a bad idea, immediately putting Ronda Rousey in a title match, bad idea.
Yeah.
And they did it. And it's not, I said something on Wrestling Inc. about it being a bad idea.
Yeah.
And someone said mostly for Nia. And I can't disagree.
Right.
This does not set Nia up for anything good.
It's Ronda Rousey, man. Like, losing to Ronda Rousey is not that big of a deal. It's not going to make her look any weaker.
Here's my thing with that whole stuff. Is, like, they really should have taken this year to develop Ronda Rousey as a character.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%.
She should have been in more personal feuds, things that can showcase her skill as a character.
Yeah.
And again, this is speculation. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know what the plan is. I'm not trying to... It's
going to be a cash-in, dude. Like, let's call a spade here. Like, they're setting this up so Ronda can look dominant, but then it also sets up more feuds. You have whoever's going to win the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank, is going to cash in on Ronda that night. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want Ronda to have the title right away, but you want her to be established as someone who can beat the champion at any point.
I mean, okay, to be fair, you don't need to do that with Ronda.
Oh, yeah, I know you don't.
She's Ronda fucking Rousey.
But if you're going to do it, that's how you do it.
Yeah, there's no way Ronda can come out of this smelling like a rose. Because she's going to lose.
Right.
Regardless whether or not she beats Nia, she's going to lose the title.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I just don't think recreating the Seth Rollins cash-in is a good idea for anybody because it's just female version of thing. Like, she pulled us.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Where, like, whoever cashes in during the match and it becomes a 3.
I think that's the only way. That
actually makes more sense than what I was thinking.
Because here's Ronda Rousey can't be pinned until someone worthy pins her.
Or maybe they're just going to get her loss out of the way so that they can write for her, kind of like Asuka.
I feel like with Asuka that makes sense, but with Ronda Rousey that's not great.
But if you look at the past, like Brock Lesnar lost his first and second match, I think.
No, he dominated.
No, because he came in and lost to John Cena.
His return. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, his return. He lost to John Cena right away. Then he beat Triple H, and then he lost to Triple H.
And to argue that, I thought that was a bad idea.
I know. I'm just saying.
Like when that's kind of why it's so sad. Disliking him now is when he first started dominating. It was like, yeah, that's how you book Brock Lesnar. But now that Brock Lesnar's matches are crap, it's like, okay, I want him off my TV.
No, and I think, but my point being is WWE seems to have a problem with undefeated streaks. So maybe getting Ronda's loss out of the way, and they could play it up to like she's only been doing this for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't have to justify it. They could be like, "Oh, Nia's a big old beast, and she was able to beat her because she's just not that. She's not that familiar with the wrestling rules." Like you can even have her get DQ'd by doing like an illegal choke.
Yeah.
That way, she doesn't lose, but she loses.
Get her counted out or something.
Like she just doesn't know the rules, so she does like a straight up sleeper, not a sleeper, like a choke.
I just, with Ronda Rousey, I get that they like. Okay, I get that her whole thing is I want to be treated just like one of the locker room. I get it. Realistically, you cannot do that because
No.
she's Ronda fucking Rousey.
Correct.
And so that's why putting her in this very quick title match on a Money in the Bank, at the very least, it should be a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But on this,
That's why I don't think she's gonna walk out that pay per view with the title.
but I feel like it's a situation where she kind of has to.
They could, yeah. They could.
Like it's again, if it was any other, if this was Asuka,
yeah.
I'd have a different. I would be more inclined to think that. But it's the most dominant real athlete in almost like the history of sports almost.
Yeah.
Like people shit on these last few losses of hers in her UFC career, but she was undefeated for like 12 fights.
Yeah.
And in dominant fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to forget that fact. Most actual sports fans aren't going to forget that fact.
They could be trying to. Oh, you know what? How long was You might know this. How long was Charlotte's title reign? Her longest reign or whatever. It's like 300 days, right? Something like that.
No, I don't think it was 300.
Because I know Nikki Bella had the 301, and then Charlotte broke it.
No. I don't think Nikki Bella's reign's been broken.
You don't think?
No, because AJ Lee held the title reign
For like 209.
262 days or something like
Yeah.
that. And then Nikki Bella beat it.
But then I thought Charlotte held the Divas title, and then it became the women's title, and they combined those reigns, and it beat.
We can
hers.
solve it. I'm going to
Yeah.
this because I'm not sure.
Where I'm going with this is, if they have Ronda win the title now, by WrestleMania, I think she might be close to breaking that streak for Charlotte, setting up maybe kind of like Charlotte's trying to stop her from breaking her record.
I mean, if they took, because we don't know what direction they're taking this.
Yeah, I don't know.
For all we know,
I feel like it's going to be more of a competitive than it is going to be a feud. It's like, hey, you're good, I'm good, let's feud. As opposed to like, I hate you too, let's feud. And
I mean, I think that's the direction they were going to go anyway with the Charlotte Ronda Rousey feud. My thing is, this does no favors for Nia Jax.
No.
Because, and no offense to Nia Jax, you have the 4 horsewomen who are great.
Yeah.
All 4 of them are very great wrestlers. You have Alexa Bliss, who does great character work, which leads into pretty great matches most of the time. You have Asuka, who I think is probably the best women's wrestler on the roster. Probably better than Charlotte.
Yeah, I think so.
Not by a lot, because Charlotte's awesome. Charlotte's like if
I think Asuka's better. I always, when I look at people and judge by how good they are, I look at their transitions. And I don't know if you do this, because like when a wrestler's like transitioning between like a clothesline to like I don't know, like a bulldog or something, you could see people who are inexperienced kind of stutter and like try to figure out what they're doing in the moment, and you know how good people are by how quickly they're able to.
I feel
adapt.
like, because I'll admit Charlotte can be sloppy.
Yeah, and that's my point.
I think the sloppiness adds to some of the realism sometimes.
See, I'm
she's
different
not.
about that.
I wouldn't say she's awful sloppy because they're like Carmella. She can be awful sloppy.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss can be awful sloppy. I think Charlotte's is sloppy, but it's because she's trying to fill so much in, and
She's still pretty young to the business.
Yeah.
Been there like 3 years wrestling now, 4.
Mhm.
So she's not a veteran by any means.
No. My problem is Nia Jax is none of those things. She's fine. She's a decent wrestler.
Yeah.
Her character is not good.
No.
And it's not her fault. They have decided that she's going to be a martyr almost for body positivity.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not like I have a problem with the message being sent. That promo,
Was garbage.
and it's not her fault.
Right.
She was given, it was very obvious, unless some new report comes out saying that she wanted to say all of those things by herself, and everybody tried to stop her, and she was like, no, I'm going to say it. It was very obvious she was handed this and was told, say it verbatim to promote the Be a Star. And I just feel like you can have Nia Jax be the body positivity person, but you are going to sacrifice all of those things that made Nia Jax great, which is her attitude and her trash talk, and now she's not going to have any of that because now you need to be role model.
Yeah.
End of things you can be.
For me, what killed it was the mention of Be a Star so quickly after her interview.
Yeah.
If they just left it as it was, I would have been like, oh, she said Be a Star, ha ha ha. No big deal.
No big deal.
The fact that, like, literally what she said, all right, bye, guys, and then, like, they were like, Be a Star program is the blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, well, they only did that just so they could promote their own stuff, and it just kind of bugs me.
And
it doesn't seem genuine.
Her feud and matches with Alexa Bliss have not been good.
No.
Like, the WrestleMania match was what it was.
I think it was good.
fine.
It wasn't great. It's hard to be great in this day and age with so many good matches. But,
So to put a person who you're still kind of trying to develop, who's... Yes, we do, Sarah. We did not like that Nia Jax promo. I'm sorry. It was. We've seen a lot of promos in our day.
yeah.
And there's good face promos, and then there's bad face promos,
Yes.
and this was a bad face promo.
I'm telling, this is gonna sound a little bit like me being kind of elitist, or I guess like whatever. I've been watching wrestling my whole life.
Yeah,
I
we've
know-
been watching wrestling a long time.
I know wrestling like the back of my hand, and I can tell you 100% that Nia Jax was not genuine in that thing. I think she was trying to come off that.
Yeah,
And I think she believes all that stuff that she said.
those weren't her
But
words.
It wasn't. It's not that it wasn't even her words. It was that it was delivered in a way that came off like a commercial rather than a way to expand her character, forward any storyline, get her over with the crowd. It was literally a commercial for their own charity, of which I am cool if you want to promote your charity. I don't want to hear my wrestlers.
There's nothing
promoting
wrong with
your
Be a
shit.
Star, and you can do creative ways to promote Be a Star, but to blatantly say Be a Star,
Yeah.
and then have Michael Cole go, "That's right, ladies and gentlemen,
WWE's
WWE's Be a Star program's been
Yeah.
around since 2009."
It's just like if Hulk Hogan was just like what is it like? Eat your vitamins, say a prayer,
and go to the
it's
Boys
like,
and Girls Club of America, brothers.
This is sponsored by vitamins. Flintstone vitamins.
Vitamins
you
and
know,
prey.
like it would come off as ingenuine, and you're just like, all right, cool. Like you could tell he wanted to say that because they're trying to sell vitamins. Same idea with Nia Jax. Nia Jax is trying to sell the audience and the people watching at home that Be a Star is a charitable program to help kids.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
My whole thing is now you're putting Nia Jax, who hasn't proven to me that she can carry a match, to wrestle someone who, as accomplished an athlete as she is, like she was put in a match with Triple fucking H, Kurt Angle, and Stephanie McMahon, who while is not a wrestler, has been involved in the wrestling business her entire life and knows how to tell a fucking story.
Yeah.
So Ronda Rousey's fine. Ronda Rousey's fine, and she's with the perfect people to put on her first match. You're now, and if you put her with Mickie James has been wrestling her entire life.
Yeah. Same thing
So-
like Natalia.
Or you're putting her in a match with somebody who probably is not going to be able to carry her to the match that Ronda Rousey needs to be carried to a good match right now.
because like Nia's at that point in her career where she's not a teacher, she's a learner still.
Yeah.
She's learning what she can, trying to adapt, become better. As opposed to like Mickie or Natalia, where they're at the point in their careers where they're more teachers than they are learners. And it seems to me like WWE is trying to baptize Ronda by fire.
Which, I mean, that might not be the wrong way to go for all we
Who
know.
knows? The match could be fantastic, and we'd be like, well, fuck, I don't know.
Just, yeah,
You know?
just as people who've been watching wrestling a long time, you've seen a lot of wrestlers come and go throughout the years. To put both of these women in this position right now, where it's like, all right, neither of you really could come out of this unless Ronda Rousey wins the title.
If she wins and they put on a fantastic match, then we're like, all right, cool.
I will come out. I will say I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I will stop being a CM Punk fan.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, I'm ride or die.
Yeah.
He could
But,
get
no.
knocked out in 10 seconds in his next UFC fight.
Yeah, it seems to me that WWE has forgot the philosophy of show off the strengths, hide the negatives.
They need Paul Heyman, man.
Yeah, and it seems like they forgot that idea because with Ronda, what's her strength? She can wrestle,
And she's Ronda fucking Rousey.
and she's Ronda Rousey. She has notoriety. Her weakness is she can't talk.
She'll get there.
She'll get there.
She'll
but
get there.
You got to give her a little bit here, there, here, there.
Mhm.
Nia, what's her strengths? She looks menacing. She's super over. People like her a lot. But her negatives are she's just not a veteran enough. She hasn't done this enough that she can
Yeah.
kind of call it on the fly and lead a match and things like that. Maybe this is like her test. Maybe WWE is giving her. Maybe she went in. This is me speculating. Maybe she went in and said, "I think me and Ronda can put on a good match, and I think I can take that responsibility." And WWE's like, "All right,
All right.
we'll give you a shot." And then if it doesn't go over well, Nia's kind of boned at that point.
Yeah. I want to assume that this is going to go well. It's just
It's hard to.
all of the signs I'm seeing
Yeah.
are like, unless Ronda wins and that's it, or someone pulls a Seth Rollins, which I'm still not even a fan of because then it's just the female version of the man thing.
But there's like 4 options you could do with Money in the Bank, so one of them is going to cross over.
Yeah.
You can't have Seth Rollins be the only one who does.
I know, I get that, but it's like if we're talking about
Yeah.
always having to do the female version of a man thing.
That's
To
true.
me, that is like, I understand first ever women's Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I understand first women's Royal Rumble. To have first ever woman doing the Seth Rollins thing, I don't like that.
See, I think you're reading too much into that.
I
I
might
think
be.
it is as she's just using the opportunity. I don't think anybody's going to make that correlation. They could be like, oh, it's similar to Seth Rollins. They're not going to say, that's the Seth Rollins cash in. I think it's just a way to cash in. Because you could say, like, everybody's just copying Edge.
Yeah.
Edge does it the right way.
Well, I mean,
Did it a unique way. Because the original concept was supposed to be like, you pick your shot.
yeah.
You go, hey, I want to challenge you at this pay-per-view, and then that's cashing in. Edge came up with the idea. I don't know if he came up with the idea, if someone else did, of like cashing in after a match and after the person's been down and beaten.
Well, I think we get into splitting hairs at that point.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I
is
get-
that
I-
think
yeah.
her cashing in and making it a triple threat and winning is not going to be seen that way.
I get that. I'm just saying, I think it's too soon to do that.
True. I agree with that. I think it's too soon for this.
Because we're still talking about the Seth Rollins thing because it just happened a few years ago.
But also, it was a memorable moment because it saved
Oh,
like,
it's-
everybody from like
Yeah.
because everybody went in going like, I don't want Brock or Roman to win, and then Seth came
no,
in
they
and they're
wanted.
like,
They wanted.
yes.
They accepted Brock winning. They didn't want Roman to win. They accepted Brock winning, and
Yeah.
then Seth Rollins cashed in. It was like, I can have both.
Yeah, exactly.
But again,
But
we don't
for
know
this
what's going
one,
to happen.
on the opposite end, I think it's gonna be whoever cashes in is gonna cash in, and that's gonna be Ronda's story, as opposed to it being like, get us out of this situation. It's gonna be more of like, now Ronda has an enemy.
Yeah.
So whoever wins the Money in the Bank, I think is going to cash in and beat Nia, but so Ronda doesn't get pinned. But
Although the dark horse story in this entire thing is they did just sign the last 2 women of the MMA four horsewomen. So for all we know, and where I kind of think this is going to go, is they probably are going to put the title on Ronda, do trial by fire with her as champion, so they can at least do Survivor Series four horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen.
I think that's for sure. Now that you say that, I want Charlotte to do it. I want her to be the one who wins Money in the Bank, cash it on Ronda that night.
Ooh. I'll accept it.
And then she could be back. That's an easy way to put her on Raw.
Because then, okay, so if they're going to do the Seth Rollins thing, Charlotte doing it, I think is a lot better than an Alexa Bliss doing it.
Yeah.
That's my thing is, as great as Alexa Bliss has been champion, she needs to be out of the title picture for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
She's been...
I think she should. Not out of the title picture. I don't think she should have the title for a while.
Yeah.
I think Extreme Rules it's going to be if let's just say they go the way they're doing. Ronda wins the title at Money in the Bank. I can see Alexa facing at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
That's just a quick match, and then at SummerSlam you get the match that everybody really wants, which is like Sasha.
Yeah, and they
Sasha
can
versus
put-
Ronda. I'm
Sasha
pretty
could
much
probably-
guaranteeing for SummerSlam.
Although, Sasha, maybe Bailey.
No,
Sasha.
because that's babyface versus babyface.
Yeah, but my
Babyface versus babyface never works unless it's in like the independence where it's a necessity.
I know, but in like a fourth wall kind of sense, I'm scared of like Sasha carrying a match with Ronda because Sasha just does the move.
Yeah, but she also can lead a match.
Yeah,
Because I think she did lead like her and Bailey. I think because she was heel. Heels usually lead the match, which makes me think: is Nia turning heel in the next like couple weeks?
no, she just turned face.
I know, but
Her face character, she should turn heel again, but I feel like it's too soon. They've written themselves in a corner with Nia Jax. I don't think her face character is very compelling.
No.
They can make it compelling.
they can.
They just, I don't think they have, I think creatively they don't have the skills to do it. And I think Nia Jax might feel she's in a position where she can't really go, this is garbage. You're writing me garbage.
yeah, because she's too new to do something.
I mean,
like
she'd
that.
probably have a better chance than Big Cass at getting that.
Yeah. Big
Can we-
Cass.
you want to talk
Yeah,
about
let's
that?
talk about it.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I'm down.
I can't, so I
It's so dumb. Like, it's so dumb.
I mean, to be fair, they did write him a bad segment. So they,
yeah, but then he made it dumber, and he just pissed off everybody.
yeah. First off, Big Cass, you are not too far away from your Enzo days
Yeah.
to think you have the luxury of getting away with anything.
Right.
So what happens is they did this is before Backlash. They do a segment where Big Cass comes out and cuts some promo about how
Huge.
Daniel
No,
Bryan's
not.
small, Big Cass is tall.
Yeah.
Big Cass is better. Do the math. Then they have what is they have a little man,
Yeah. Little person.
little person. That still feels gross.
A dwarf.
We need to have a meeting.
A vertically challenged man.
A small man, smaller than most men. A
The
Peter
M word.
Dinklage.
An M word.
We're not doing good.
Yeah.
You know, we pissed off women. Let's piss off little people.
Dude, I'm down. I have a list of a bunch of ethnicities and like races and stuff like that. I just cross them off.
Every sit down and pile drive, we ruin a new demographic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Our goal is to get the age of 25 to 35 white demographic.
We
we
want
gotta outsource. Like we gotta kind of kick out everybody.
we want Impact's audience. We want Impact's audience to watch us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, we don't want. Anyway, so they have a guy come out dressed. We should just say guy.
Yeah, guy. That works.
Google it. They have a guy come out dressed
Little
as
person.
Daniel Bryan. He does a little segment, and then Big Cass gives him a big boot, and then Big Cass, without the knowledge of Vince McMahon and the people backstage,
They knew that he wanted to do it. They told him no.
But they told him no. So this is I'm on the side of backstage. On
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
like
so he
you
starts
don't need to kill a little person.
he
man.
starts
It's
beating up
fine.
this guy. Who I'm sorry in this business where you have to make sure every physical act of violence you do is okay not only by the person you're doing it to but by the backstage people. He goes to them asking if it's okay or whatever.
Yeah,
They
it's like all he wanted because he was originally supposed to just big boot, raise your hand, spell
walk off.
soft or whatever, and leave. And then he was like, it'd be better if I just beat him up afterwards, like pummel him and stuff like that. And
Which,
I'm like,
I mean, Big
You're-
Cass
you're-
should have just read the segment and went, can I literally do anything else?
yeah, that's the real answer. But
Can
if
I
they're gonna,
literally do
they're gonna
anything?
do it. You don't need to. You don't need to beat up a little person. You can just hit him, knock him out, and call it a
That
day.
segment has
it
never
would make more of
worked.
an impact.
In the history of professional wrestling, no one has ever enjoyed a segment like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Shawn Michaels did it, nobody liked it.
Right.
They did it in the 80s, nobody liked it. Nobody wants to see little people being made fun of.
Except for Vince McMahon.
Except, but Vince McMahon is
He's small.
he's tiny.
He's
He's
small.
not even 4'10". My Vince McMahon's terrible. By episode 20, I'm going to have a Vince McMahon impression. It will happen.
All right.
We got to make it to episode 20 first.
Oh, goddamn.
So
Is
anyway,
he supposed to sound like a mentally stunted Vegeta?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly how I'm supposed to sound. You're fired.
Like, that's literally how he talks. Like, when he talks normally, he's like, well,
Vince McMahon.
I'm Vince McMahon.
Tell the difference
CEO
between
of the
good
WWE.
guys and bad guys.
I'm gonna crush him. Like, that's how he talks. I swear.
I'm Vince McMahon.
So anyway,
Yeah, pretty much.
so nobody was happy that Big Cass decided, you know what? I know they said I can't beat up the little person.
Still gonna do it.
Still gonna beat up the little person. And apparently Vince McMahon was furious.
He was irate.
It was Titus O'Neil grabbing him by the arm level furious.
No, because he didn't get suspended.
What gives, Vince?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I don't like
If you did that to a normal person, you'd be suspended. But you did it to a little guy.
You did it to little guy, so only half the suspension.
And I chuckled.
Ha!
Ha! Oh, wait. That was off script.
Oh, goddamn.
Vince, probably shouldn't have let him do that.
I told him no!
So, I mean, if anything, that explains why his match with Daniel Bryan was so short.
Honestly, now, like, I don't know where I heard this, but I heard, like, it makes sense that that's why Daniel Bryan lost clean. Because I bet you Big Cass
lost
was supposed to prevent, like, cause him to lose the match.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess. And that because he was in the doghouse, they kind of were like, no, you're not. Fuck off.
You know, as a huge Daniel Bryan fan, let's talk about that. As a big Daniel Bryan fan, I had no problems with him losing to Rusev.
I don't get why like people like that became a deal.
I think people are reading, like, Rusev's not going to win Money in the Bank.
No.
People are reading way too much. See, here's the thing. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan in a ladder match ever again.
Okay.
After
listening to the podcast with him on Jericho, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but like it sounds to me like he's fine.
It's gonna take some time. He might be fine. His body is gonna be a whole different story.
He had 2 years off to rest. I
He had
think
2
he'll
years.
be fine.
I know, but
I think he'll be fine, man.
It's Daniel Bryan. I don't want to see him do a diving headbutt. I don't.
Oh
Want
no.
I don't want to see him getting power bombed through ladders anytime soon. Give me a few months. Give me a few months of enjoying Daniel Bryan before I go, oh God, is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay?
I think that's going to be a constant thing. And that's why he kind of plays up to it. Every time he does the drop kick, he always lays down, he like, oh, my head. And then he kips up, and it's so badass. You're like, yeah! I think that's just going to be a new thing. And I think he knows that.
Yeah.
And he's trying to use it, like,
Stop
as
it,
positive.
Daniel. Stop playing with my emotions.
Stop playing with my emotions.
Stop playing with my actual worried about you emotions, you son of a bitch.
I'm at that point where, like, let him do what he wants to do. Because, worst case, he retires again. We've already seen it. It's fine. Let him do what he wants.
Says you.
If he honestly is comfortable doing stuff like that, honestly, I would say don't do the headbutt. That's definitely number one. Don't do the headbutt.
Harley Race regrets innovating it.
Literally anybody who had a headbutt as a finisher is like dead or should be dead.
Yeah.
You know?
A wrestling move where you hit them with your head for real.
Yeah. No. Their whole point is they usually hit them with their neck, but because you're flying and gravity, you could be like, well, gravity is 9.8 meters per second, so if I'm this tall, I have 1 second to...
Yeah.
You know, you're going to mess up.
I've seen lots of Chris Benoit headbutts.
And 90% of them mess up.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's also because he's very, like, strong.
Yeah, and he's also going to...
Stiff.
He's going to throw you for real.
Yeah.
He's going to punch you for real. He's going to headbutt you for real.
Yeah, exactly.
And choke you out for real if you're specific people. Anyway.
But yeah, so Big Cass, you goofed, man. You had the luxury bus.
What are you doing, Big Cass?
Yeah.
What are you doing? They're going to push you. You're big. You have all of the recipe for like being a big success in the WWE. And you go, I'm going to do what I want. Although this kind of bleeds into that brass ring thing.
I think...
Although punching a midget is not brass ring.
Whoa! You said the M
I
word.
did.
Boom.
I went hard. Are we...
Scratch that one
Are we
off.
Are we on Twitch still?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting a network error.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems to be working fine on my end. The end user one's
Try
still going.
refreshing.
Yeah, I'm still getting... Oh, well.
If you can hear us in the chat, let us know if you can see us.
Any luck, that midget line was not said on Twitch.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Yay! We're back!
All right.
So the first midget wasn't caught, but that second one definitely was.
It's alright. I just used the M word.
Just say you were talking about the Deftones song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Pink Midget.
And, and Wee
It's a
Man.
song.
Wee Man, you know? And that wrestling promotion Hulk Hogan was producing for a second.
The Pint-Sized Brawlers or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie.
Who
When I
wants to
watched,
go, dude? They were talking. I swear to God, I don't remember where I heard this, but somebody was talking about how they were doing like the pint-sized brawler stuff, and they apparently are super into the word midget. At the pint, like they're just like, who wants to go get fucked up with some midgets at the bar?
I think Hornswoggle has talked about it.
Yeah, but that's not where I heard. I heard it from somebody. Oh, it was on Best Friends with Chuck and Trent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, they're just like, they just talk about like they say the word all the time, but if you say it,
Yeah, all the words were said.
yeah, I don't care, man. It's a word.
This podcast went off the rails very quickly.
It's not like it has like 200 years of slavery behind it, like other words.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm saying,
Anyway,
like, it's a word.
so Big Cass, not smart. Not smart.
No.
Especially, like I said, like, he's not too far removed from the in-zone Cass days.
No,
So,
he just also doesn't have a pull to do something like that.
Yeah.
At this point, he's been back for what, 4 weeks?
4 weeks. His heel turn had literally just started before he got injured.
Yeah.
Not smart.
Not the best time to be like going. First off, is that really the hill he wanted to die on? Like seriously, like if you want to do something risky, save it for like a moment that you feel like I need to do this.
To want to punch a little
To
guy.
punch a little person after you've already kicked him in the face, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
For what reason? To show off how tough?
It literally is no point.
Daniel Bryan, when he was in a match with Randy Orton and the match got cut short, he went to Triple H and yelled at him. Like, I'm a wrestler. I know when my body isn't working. How dare you cut the match on me? I'm not. That's a hill to die on.
Yeah,
And Vince flat out told him no.
yeah.
You don't die on the hill when Vince tells you no.
Like if you work at any job, let's say I used to work at a movie theater. Go in, you're scooping popcorn. Person's like, hey, can you put extra butter? I'm like, sure, no problem. Person comes in and say, I want all the butter. I want every single drop. I'm going to go ask my manager. I'm like, hey, this guy wants all the butter. And the person's just like, well, dude, we can't give him all the butter.
Yeah, like, come on, be realistic, man.
If
Some
I
of
just
them-
gave that person all the butter, you're going to get fired.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, if the boss tells you can't do something, you can't do it.
How much is, like, have you ever done all the butter?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
Nobody's ever eaten
so
all the
much butter.
But people are crazy. They put a lot of butter on.
I want, like, if I get popcorn and it's not smothered in butter, I'm complaining.
Oh, really? I could eat it plain.
I want to, like, I want to put my hands in the bag of popcorn, and really, I don't even want to pull out popcorn.
He
I
just
want
slimes. It's just
yeah.
You want soup.
And then
What you're
just,
looking
like,
for is
lick
soup.
my arm as, like,
Butter
a butter lollipop. Just,
He just
I'm
you're like a
enjoying
little
this.
cat just licking your paws.
Exactly, but with butter instead of fur.
Got it.
That's how I live my life. Licking butter.
But my point being is, if your boss tells you not to do something, don't do it.
Yeah, and it's not just like boss. It's boss. It's chairman
Yeah.
of company boss.
It's like you're the company owner,
yeah,
literally.
like the owner of the WWE just told you don't do this, and you're like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're not Roman Reigns.
Fuck it.
You're not CM Punk.
Yeah. I just think it's
No
just
one's
a
buying a
dumb
big Cass
reason.
T-shirt.
I just think it's like the dumbest reason to do that.
Not
Like,
smart.
If you're gonna betray your boss like that, do it for a thing that you actually truly believe in.
This and I don't even think he's gonna get that Triple H treatment where it's like you're gonna eat shit and like the taste of it. It's
He's going back to the mid card.
yeah, and not
They're
just
literally. I honestly think they're gonna just drop this angle now over this one little thing.
Mm-hmm,
I really do.
Although at the same time, I'm like, where's Daniel Bryan go from there?
Daniel Bryan could go feud with freaking I don't know
It's
someone.
too early
Samoa
for
Joe. Samoa Joe. They could have a long feud of just like Samoa Joe would be like, "They told me to protect your head. Well, I'm gonna destroy it."
Muscle Buster.
Muscle Busters.
He shouts out Tyson Kidd's name right before he does it.
Tyson.
It's too
And he
dark.
does it.
Tyson Kidd literally almost died.
Yeah. And then
Did you ever see that tweet? Like someone was like talking about Tyson Kidd, like the incident with Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
And Tyson Kidd was like, the amount of shit you don't know about that incident
Yeah.
would horrify you.
yeah, wasn't it like 5% chance of survival?
He almost died.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Of which I honestly don't blame Samoa.
No, it wasn't Samoa Joe's fault. It's like the
It was just a freak accident. It was just one. Of
He's
those
done the
things.
move millions of times.
I think because it was one of those things where it was like, because like everybody knows that if you're a wrestler, the first thing that goes is your neck,
yeah.
because you're constantly tucking your neck and things like that. That's what goes first. I think it was one of those things where because it was a neck injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neck and like back, like cervical kind of area. But I think it just gave. It was like Sting and Seth Rollins. It just gave.
You can only do so many. You can only be a high flyer, technical.
I think you said cervical instead of clavicle.
Thank you. I did not mean it that way. I'm really
I'm
embarrassed
pretty
now.
sure that that's not something
Not what
that
I
most
meant.
wrestlers need to worry about, Brady.
Well.
You gotta worry about...
You remember that time Jerry Lawler suffered from anal leakage, apparently. Michael
Or
Cole.
Andre the Giant shit on a guy's face.
There was
in a
nothing.
match.
There was nothing more stupid than when Mark Henry hit Jerry Lawler with a World's Strongest Slam, and it was during heel Michael Cole days.
Yeah.
And he's like, he suffered from some back injuries, blah blah blah, and then and you could just there was a beat because it's Vince McMahon saying, "Say anal leakage, say it." He's suffering from anal leakage.
That just makes me crack up so much. Like, I just remembered when, like, CM Punk shit his pants in the ring, and he just screams out, "I just shit my pants!" It was so
John
damn
Cena
funny.
has a shit his pants story.
Yeah.
Steve Austin has a shit his pants story. Apparently, I think it was No, it was Bret Hart. Bret Hart was about to take a move from Yokozuna, and Yokozuna shit his pants.
Yeah.
There's-
Andre the Giant did, too. He shit his pants. Well, this one's more sad than it is.
Shit down and
Funny.
pile drive. The new
Shit down and pile
the
drive.
new segment where we watch wrestling matches
Where wrestlers shit themselves.
like
$1 million
Undertaker's
hits.
about to hit a tombstone pile driver on Sid
And we
Vicious.
just- we just-
there, right there. Sid Vicious just shit his pants.
We just put in, like, a bunch of audio effects. Like,
This is now just a meeting where we pitch new sit down and pile drive ideas.
Yeah. This one's gonna make us famous, guys.
Oh man. So I'm not excited about this Ronda Rousey Nia Jax match.
We'll see.
Stupid
We got
big
like 5 weeks until.
dummy
till-
Big Cass doing his dummy Big Cass thing where now we're not even knowing if Big Cass is gonna be used in wrestling. Oh man, what a slow news day this turned out to be. Thank God for All In. You know who's All In? Joey Janela,
Joey Janela. love
Penelope
him.
Ford,
Yep.
Chelsea Green,
Okada.
Okada.
Oh my
Okada's All In.
Dude, can we talk about? Oh my God.
Yes.
Okada versus Omega 4. 2 out of 3 falls, no time.
No time limit. How long
How-
do you think it's gonna go?
I honestly, 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
I think they're gonna do a 2-hour marathon. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's what Kenny wants to do.
Yeah.
I think he wants to go down as like someone who can do anything, keep people guessing. You know.
I think the next year or two, because I think that's how long his contract is.
I don't know if he did a 2 or 1.
I think he did like a 3-year contract.
I don't think it was that long. I think it. I honestly, I think it was a 2-year and it was a year ago. So I think he's got 1 more year left.
Irregardless. Yay, that made me happy. Anyway,
Whatever. Okay.
Regardless. However long his contract is, I think what we're going to be seeing is his greatest hits.
In this match,
No, not just
Or
his
just-
match. Like the next few, whatever's going on in the Kenny Omega storyline with New Japan, it's going to be just
going through his entire career. I got
Yeah.
what you're saying.
because he's
That was my because we went like a couple of episodes ago. I predicted this entire year of New
Yeah.
Japan, and I'm pretty sure it's so far I've been
You're
right.
you're pretty accurate so far.
And like all I need is Kenny to win, and then he loses it to Naito, and then I'm back on track. I'm still on track.
So are you thinking he might win the best 2 out of 3 match?
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be because the way he works in New Japan
As an
is
Okada
that
fan, I do not like this plan.
I understand, but he's done everything already with the
Mhm.
title. Only thing you're doing now is extending out the number, of which I think you give it to Kenny because I think he should have gotten it at Wrestle Kingdom because he was hot. But I think now they're like, okay, the crowd is now behind Kenny,
Yeah.
so now they feel more comfortable having him win. I think Kenny wins. Big moment. Oh my God! Next show they do, it will be him versus Naito. Is whatever. Is there a show? Is there a show between Dominion and G1?
You would know more than
I know.
me.
I'm trying to think. Whatever. It might be Genesis or whatever it's called. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have a match with Naito versus Kenny Omega, because Naito's gonna lose the title to Jericho. I think.
You think
And then-
Jericho's going to win the title?
Yep. Because I think they're going to have their rematch at Long Beach. Or not Long Beach, I'm sorry, San Francisco.
Oh, man.
Because the sales for San Francisco have not been good. They've only sold like 4,000 tickets at a 10,000 seat venue. So putting Jericho on the San Francisco show will boost up buy rates.
Well, he has said he wanted to be like the Brock Lesnar of New Japan. Putting the title on him is pretty much the way to do that.
Well, I think he's Barry. You know how everybody's thinking CM Punk's Barry? I think Chris Jericho's Barry.
No, I want it to be CM Punk.
I know, but I think CM Punk's going to show up in another way. But I think Barry is going to be Jericho. But I think Jericho's going to win the Intercontinental title. He's going to lose it to probably back to Suzuki.
Yeah.
Because Jericho and Suzuki are friends. I bet you Jericho wants to fight Suzuki.
That'd be a good match.
Yeah, it would be insane. But I think
it'd be radically different from most matches Jericho wrestles.
yeah. So I think Omega's going to lose the title to Naito. And then, or actually, you know what? I think it's going to be Kenny will keep the title till G1. He'll be in the G1 as champion.
Mm-hmm.
He'll lose to Naito, which gets him a title shot at whatever the next show is. Naito will beat Kenny. Okada's going to win the G1 climax to extend his I'm the best ever. Because him winning it is like, it makes sense.
Naito that's kind of been his storyline the entire time.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily
the title, it's him being the best.
And he is the best.
Yeah, and he's won the G1 before. This time it makes sense for him to win it again, setting up a rematch between Naito and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, but this time the roles are reversed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Naito can finally defeat Okada and become the new ace. That's what I predicted at the beginning of this year, or when Long Beach around that time, when I went to Long Beach. And so far it's going that way, and I'm not straying away from it. I think that's the story they want to tell. Omega's going to be getting the title just to give him the title.
Because he deserves it.
He doesn't need the title.
He deserves it.
But
regardless of him
exactly.
needing, I would agree that Wrestle Kingdom was the time to capitalize on Omega's success.
That happened. I just hit myself in the face with a broken pen.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. This Okada 2-year reign has been nothing but amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's done what it needs to do as far as with the title.
It's just time to And Omega, at this point, I would really be surprised if Omega never wrestled for the WWE.
I would be surprised too. I wouldn't be surprised.
At this point, yeah. Like, there are certain people, especially in the Elite, that I wouldn't truly be... Like, if the Young Bucks never went to WWE, honestly, at this point, I'd be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If Cody never returned, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
If Marty Scurll never wrestled for the WWE,
I'd be surprised.
Like, I don't think I'll ever see Hangman Page in the WWE.
I think so.
Really?
I think he's a perfect NXT guy right now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he never was, but yeah,
I'd say you throw him into the North American Championship like kind of area of NXT, he would thrive.
Like, the Young Bucks are perfect for WWE.
Yeah.
I just when they say our goal really isn't the WWE, I believe them.
Oh yeah.
I think Kenny Omega at this point kind of might want to go just to prove
that he can.
You were always wrong about me. You were always wrong about wrestling.
Yeah. If he can go to WWE and be a star like he is in New Japan and put on matches as good as he does in WWE, he will prove his point that he is probably the best of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he wants.
And I think he knows that.
He also really wants AJ Styles.
And Daniel Bryan.
I guess and Daniel Bryan. But they've faced it before.
He's never wrestled AJ Styles?
No, yeah. He's never wrestled AJ Styles. Never. But he has wrestled Daniel Bryan. At PWG. And
I think since he cares, because Kenny Omega obviously cares about fans.
I think he cares more about the storytelling aspects of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But I also truly believe, just from what I've seen of his, seeing him in Be the Elite, watching him, listening to him on podcasts, I think he genuinely cares about what the fans want.
Yeah.
And he knows the fans want him in WWE at some point. I think the Young Bucks, their fan base is completely fine with the Young Bucks never going to the WWE. Right. If they go, it's because Kenny's going and he's their bud.
That's my guess. As Kenny is not going to go to the WWE until the Young Bucks are ready. And I think Young Bucks have got a couple more years. I think they're going to go until their backs can't do it anymore. And then they have to adjust their style even more than they do already. Mm-hmm. At that point, you might as well go to WWE because they work that softer kind of style.
They're
it would be better for their careers and longevity.
And no offense to New Japan, they kind of care more
Yeah.
about what the wrestlers go through. I'm not saying New Japan doesn't...
I can't agree or disagree.
Well, I'm not speculating that New Japan doesn't care. I'm just saying, like, they are testing Daniel Bryan after every match.
Yeah, well, that was his idea. On the Jericho podcast, Daniel Bryan talks about, because the idea was when he was trying to get cleared initially, Vince McMahon asked the question, like, what happens if it happens again?
Mhm.
You know, like, we can clear you, and then what would happen if you had another concussion? And he said, I will take a impact test or whatever, their tests, after every match.
Yeah.
And that's what they implemented. It was Daniel Bryan's idea. He was just like, as like a proof that we are the... he's like, I'm proof that my health is important.
I'm trying to figure out how I can say it. I think WWE has more immediate resources to take care of their wrestlers.
That's fair. That's a fair statement. Like I said, I don't know a lot about the backstage of New
Like,
Japan,
in a
so I
lot of
can't
ways,
tell
the WWE is the perfect place to go for a lot of these independent, like the veterans on the independent
you. Yeah.
scene.
Because they're like, what? Young Bucks are like 30 and 29?
Yeah.
Like-
Nah, I think they're like mid-30s, I think.
No. I know I think Matt Jackson's 32, and I think Nick Jackson is 29.
Mhm.
I think that's their ages. But they're still young.
Yeah.
So, like, I can see them doing 3 more years when Matt is 35 and he's 32. Go in the WWE to rest their bodies, basically. They go there, they can put on the very stale WWE style, but still make it exciting with storytelling and things like that. And I think that's what their plan is, but they don't want to say that. Because
Fair
then
enough.
it seems like kind of like a shitty thing. Because if you say that out loud, it kind of sounds shitty. You're like, I want to go to WWE to work a softer style. Say it like that, people are going to be like, well,
You're a baby.
Sheamus hits really hard, and
Sheamus hits really hard because Sheamus wants to prove something.
yeah.
I love Sheamus so much because he's the most overcompensating wrestler
Yeah.
in the WWE.
Yeah.
People say I'm not tough, so I'm going to hit you very hard to show how tough I am.
Right.
Still not. That's not what tough is, Sheamus. You've lost both fights you were in.
Yeah. One with Yoshitatsu.
Won the Sin Cara.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The only
Sin Cara
person,
Yoshitatsu.
the
He
only
got beat by a
person
bunch
he's
of
taller than,
C-cards.
the only person taller than Sin Cara, the only person shorter than him is Rey Mysterio. There's a picture of them together. Holy crap!
Really?
Yeah, Rey
That's
Mysterio is short.
Yeah, he's 6'1", right?
No, he's like 5. He's like Josh.
Sorry, 5'1". He's like 5'1".
Yeah, Josh is taller than him.
Yeah, I know. They don't know who Josh is, so
Josh is he's great. He's amazing. He should
All right.
watch a wrestling podcast.
he's a short guy. Just kidding.
Anyway,
Josh.
so yeah,
No, that's all I really had to say. Is I'm so stoked for Dominion because I'm pretty sure Ospreay's winning the Best of the Super Juniors.
oh yeah.
I think it'll be competitive
I
as hell.
can't
but
think of
he's
anybody
winning.
else who would win it.
It makes the most sense because then you can have Ospreay versus Ray.
Mhm.
Like, you could pick anybody you want to wrestle. I want to face Rey Mysterio Jr.
I want to face the
Boom.
guy I
Sets a match.
replaced.
Hence why they haven't announced a match for Ray, but they say that he's going to be there. I think that's why.
Mhm.
And they'll probably do Ray versus Jushin Thunder Liger at San Francisco.
You know,
Or at All In.
I'm not gonna lie. It's been exciting to see Rey Mysterio killing it lately.
Dude, he's been killing it.
It's
Like,
been
he changed,
it was been
well, like, because if you watch Lucha Underground, you know he's been killing it. 'Cause
Yeah.
Lucha Underground, he's badass.
yeah. No.
But it's nice to see him, like, kind of going back to his roots.
To
Because
his,
in WWE, he was very much like bulk high flyer. You know,
he
like,
was
slowing down. He was kind of
he
still
had to,
fast.
He
but,
had to have wrestlers set up his high flying moves.
Yeah.
For him. I mean, his body was beat to shit.
right.
So to see him be able to rest and relax
Uh-huh.
and kind of have a much less
Kill a man, you know, and then kind of move on from that. And yeah.
That was dark.
Yeah, I know. I was. trying.
That was because I've seen the video clip.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Me too. But no, like something about murdering a man gives you some peace of mind. And
That was his friend. That was his real life friend.
And,
in real life happened. No kayfabe. No storyline.
yeah.
Parallel
But yeah,
just-
I know when I need to relax, I murder my best friends. Just kidding, Ray. We know it was an accident. I'm just trying to make a joke.
Oh man, that was dark.
Yeah, I know. I'm
That
the
was
best.
choke your wife and then your son and then hang yourself dark.
Yeah. But he's been killing it on the independent scene, like with stuff like that. He had a fantastic match with Alberto Del Rio at the World Cup.
Of all people.
WCPW World Cup. Great match they had. He also wrestled Will Ospreay there in that tournament. It was great. I think they faced each other. I could be mistaken. I know Will Ospreay faced Jushin Thunder Liger, and he dressed up like Jushin Thunder Liger. It was really cool. He came out as Black Liger. You ever see like Liger Black? Jushin Thunder Liger Black? Yeah. So, yeah, it's good to see Ray come back. He's kind of doing a bucket list thing before he goes back to WWE. It sounds like.
Time is like a mirror, reflecting your past onto your future. Yesterday designs you, and tomorrow inspires you. Thank you, Derpy Minion Monster Sauce. Thank you so much. I don't know where that came from.
It's probably talking about me.
The murder thing.
Yeah, the murder thing. You gotta not look at your past. You gotta look forward. I guess. I don't know.
Okay. So anyway,
Yeah.
Will Ospreay, Jushin Thunder Liger, Super Juniors. Now this is Will Ospreay's year.
I think he wins. It's
Get him out of that
telegraphed.
ricochet shadow.
Very telegraphed. So they might be swerving us.
Who else?
Taiji
would...
Ishimori. That's the only other one.
Yeah.
But he's in the same block as Will Ospreay. I believe.
Yeah.
So,
I
wait,
don't
which
know.
block is which block is he in? Because that's the one thing I'm trying to think of. Because like I know with one block it has like all the good people, and the other one has like a bunch of like not no names, but like lesser names. I think he's in the lesser name one though. But yeah, so I think he'll win just so he can challenge Ray. But that's really really telegraphing. So I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Digi, are you Derpy Minion Monster Sauce?
No.
Who's Derpy Minion Monster Sauce? You should follow us, Derpy Minion Monster Sauce.
It's free.
Nah, dark humor is great. No, we love dark humor. It's just, like, the guy died.
Yeah, I know.
It was an
It was like 2 years ago. Relax.
It was an accident. Guy didn't take the drop toe hold into the ropes right.
Yeah.
And then Rey Mysterio 619'd him.
Dude, like, okay, this is where everybody's going to turn around me, but I got villain on my hat. It was really, really funny in hindsight. Because, like, he does the 619 and totally misses him. And he just kind of looks at him like, dude, you fucked up. But he's dead. The man is dead.
You didn't sell my move,
and then they come out almost like the people with the ambulances should have come out with, like clown noses. Because they come out with a plank of wood, like a plywood. They come out with a piece of plywood and throw them on that to take them to the back.
God damn it, AAA.
Like, it's so dang... Like, it's fucked up, but it's so funny. Like, it's horrible, and I feel bad for the family. I'm so sorry.
It's kinda like...
Ray, I'm sorry you probably had to go through therapy for a while. But, in a bubble, that situation was so damn funny.
It's kind of like watching the Chris Benoit tribute episode and then going onto Yahoo.
Yeah, he's in Block A. Will Ospreay's in Block A. So he's going to be fighting Taiji Ishimori. I bet you... So there's three ways they could do this. There's the obvious way where Will Ospreay wins.
Yeah, let's get away from the topic of murder.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a one-off joke. We laugh and move on. But it becomes a thing. Will Ospreay's either gonna win.
Murder becomes a thing.
Yeah, murder is a thing, dude. We live in a fucked up world. It's fine.
Right? No. Yeah. Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay just wins and he challenges Ray. The other way is that Will Ospreay still wins, but he gets beat by Taiji Ishimori in the tournament because it's round robin. And that way, kind of like, he's like, well, I want to beat the one person I couldn't beat, and that's Taiji Ishimori. That makes sense? Or they have someone else win, like Taiji Ishimori just win and challenge Will Ospreay as like a big swerve. Because it seems like they're trying to make him like a big deal, and he's a fantastic wrestler.
I just feel like it might be too soon because he just...
But Sho and Yo won the Junior Cup, Tag Team Cup, their first...
You're more familiar with New Japan than I am.
Taiji Ishimori was a huge deal in Noah.
Yeah.
So him coming over, so like a perfect way to put it is like Sonata, or like, because Sonata was big in Noah, came to New Japan, and now is a thing. That's how I would like to see like Taiji Ishimori is. Plus Taiji Ishimori's on Impact.
He was.
He's not going to be anymore.
I still don't... I see Impact working... I don't see Impact ever working with New Japan.
I think they will. I think Don Callis is going to mend that fence. I think it won't be like a crossover like that. I think you'll see more Impact stars in New Japan.
Or like a WWE thing where if they show clips from Impact.
That's more likely too.
Which, I mean, oh my god.
Yeah.
WWE not only acknowledging that Impact Wrestling exists, but actually saying, if you want to watch more clips, use their app.
That was probably something like a deal so they can get like the broken stuff for the DVD.
Kind of like Christian going to this.
Yeah. Remember that was weird.
They
They wanted Ric Flair, so they gave him
not
Christian.
a good trade. Not a good trade.
Christian for Ric Flair, Fair trade. Fair trade.
Fucking idiots.
You're idiots. You got
Fucking morons. We would have given you anybody. And you asked for Christian, you
Yeah.
dummies.
Yeah.
He's got to hold the Intercontinental belt. Okay. All right. Tag him. Fucking idiots.
But yeah, like I'm pretty stoked for Dominion. Like I'm off that day, so I'm gonna watch it.
No, New Japan's killing it. They've been killing
Yeah,
it a
dude.
lot
New Japan,
lately.
they know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, when WWE's fucking bringing you shit like Backlash, it's not hard to kill it, but they've been killing it.
But they've been consistent. That's the thing
Yeah.
about New Japan is very consistent.
Well, I mean, so I think New Japan's business model creates room to kill it because all they do is like, okay, what's Wrestle Kingdom going to be? We want this. All right, we have 364 days
Yeah.
to do that. What do we do? Whereas WWE's like, okay, we need to make a feud for the next 3 months. Okay. But we also need to make every episode of television.
See, that's
New and
that's definitely
exciting.
where it is.
So what do we do there? And then 3 months go by. Okay, we need to make another feud for 3 months.
Right. New Japan, because they only do like their
You're gonna
big
make a lot of
shows and the
turds.
road to.
When you throw a whole bunch of shit to see what sticks, most of that shit's not going to stick.
Well, it's also because you have to fill in so much time, you're going to get a lot of repeats on matches, and then it becomes stale. With New Japan, because they do a lot of big multi-band matches, which I'm a huge fan of, the way they do that, where it's like, oh, well, we want to see Okada versus Sonata, but we don't think they're ready to fight each other yet, so let's put them in a multi-man match.
And I think their characters are a lot more compelling.
Yeah, because it's not based off charisma; it's mostly about aesthetics.
Aesthetics, it's about
Like the charisma, yeah.
and
I mean,
personality.
like promo ability.
Yeah.
And that's what kills a lot of people in WWE is because you need to cut a promo in WWE, and some people can't. I don't know if I could.
And those they used to have a solution for that. Let them tell their stories in the ring.
Or get them a manager.
I don't know.
But Vince McMahon's like, fuck managers.
We hate stables. We hate managers.
Yeah.
And if you can't talk, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. They put
Unless your name's Roman Reigns, and we're gonna put the title on you, but not really. We're just
Right.
gonna let you invite your entire family to WrestleMania, thinking we're gonna put the title on you.
Yeah.
And then we don't put the title on.
And then we don't.
You're the guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so
All right, you want to talk about Money in the Bank stuff?
dude, we're like 6 weeks away.
6 weeks
man.
away.
I don't know if
6
we can
away.
do this. Like, what else do you want to talk about with Money in the Bank? We only know a little bit.
Well, you brought up in our first podcast ever that you feel the Money in the Bank has hurt more careers.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. So
I mean, it doesn't have a great track record.
nobody it's rare, very very rare for the person who has the Money in the Bank to cash in and look like a star. Every time they cash in, it seems like they become. Well, we've talked about this before.
I mean, we don't have great examples.
It's a way for people to write off titles from people who can't be beat.
Edge, it worked.
Edge made him a star.
Rob Van Dam, it worked.
CM Punk made him a star on his second try. His first try
It
didn't make him a
still
star.
worked.
His second.
It still worked.
That's 2.
3.
Well, who are the 3?
Rob Van Dam.
No. He was already a star beforehand. He was at ECW.
I agree.
He lost the title immediately.
No,
they
no,
gave up the ECW title.
Not booking. It wasn't booking that cost him that title. It was having weed in his car and getting pulled over.
Still, my point stands. That's 2. My point stands. The Money in the Bank hurt him.
I don't know. It didn't hurt him. It did not hurt him.
I got 2.
Sabu
Name some
hurt
more.
him. Sabu
Name some more.
and him
Name some
lighting
more.
up
I got
a-
2. I got 2.
I'm putting Rob Van Dam on my list. I got 3.
All right.
My list's more positive than yours.
Okay. Ken Anderson. Nope.
No, he lost it.
Jack Swagger.
No,
Nope.
but that's because Jack.
Daniel Bryan. I will
I'll
argue
put
it
him.
did not make him a
4.
star.
4.
No,
it did.
It did not make him a
There's
star.
no yes without it.
No, yeah, correct. But him getting over was him losing the title to Sheamus at WrestleMania. He was not a star.
He was already. I
No.
was there. He was already over.
No, he was not. He was over with
was.
us because I watched Ring of
No,
Honor.
no, because
but
we were all doing the yes thing with him.
yeah, at SummerSlam, not when he was the world champion as a heel with AJ Lee.
That's when this started.
No. Well, yes, but not. That's not. It didn't get over until he started saying, like, till he got beat by Sheamus, and people were like, "Oh, I feel bad for Daniel Bryan. Let's start cheering."
And then he did the no.
And then they did the Hell No. He didn't get over until after Hell No. That's when people were like,
Yeah.
"We want Bryan."
That one's semantics because he was like. I
My
would
point
argue
being is that the Money in the Okay, it didn't hurt his career. I guess that's what you're trying to say. I'm saying
No.
it hasn't helped his career.
I'm saying, I get what you're saying with him being over.
Yeah.
People leaving in Miami, whatever the stadium was people leaving WrestleMania chanting yes, yes that night, and then the next night, and then at the basketball game the night after.
That was when he was in Hell No.
No, it was after he lost the title to Sheamus in 18 seconds. That all happened.
Okay, yeah, fair. But that's not because of the Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank does not make stars. Stars get made if they have Money in the Bank. Like, if I'm a star, I get Money in the Bank, I become a bigger star.
I don't think...
But if you're like a fucking mid-card guy and you win Money in the Bank, you do not become a star with cashing in.
Well, to quote Triple H in the CM Punk documentary, I don't know how backstage, this is going to get pretty backstage, so I don't know how much you want to use, but I don't believe, like he said himself, I don't believe the title should make the guy makes the title.
Right.
So in that way, Money in the Bank's never made a star, but it's not about making a star.
But it should. Because what it should do, not what it does, what it should do is take someone who's at the cusp of the main roster, main event.
Main event, yeah.
And push him to that level.
No, I agree. That's
Edge was on the cusp of main event. He took it, became a main eventer.
I agree. That's what it should do. But John Cena winning it just to cash in the next night on the 1000th episode of Raw did away with that.
Right.
At this point, Money in the Bank is pure story. Like Dean Ambrose winning it to just cash it in
I like that one. But he was already a star before he did that.
At this point, I think we need to accept that Money in the Bank is just for storyline purposes.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like it.
I mean, I don't...
I think it takes away. It's a cop-out.
Damn it, Griff! You soured me on Money in the Bank.
You can have your own opinion.
No, you soured me. I'm soured. Money in the Bank is crap.
Money in the Bank match is fantastic.
Yes.
I think
just have a ladder match.
Just do the Money in the Bank, and that gets you a title shot at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's super easy. Be like, whoever wins the Money in the Bank can cash in at SummerSlam in the main event. That way, you can put all your big guys, your big names going for that. It means something more. I know that people are like, well, Money in the Bank's cool because of the random cash-ins. Personally, I hate them. Like, they're cool in the moment.
The only time it really worked was Dolph.
Right. But, like, it feels like it's like, we don't like this guy as the champion right now, but we can't have him lose. Let's cash in. You know, that's where it seems like it's almost always like. And it also writes yourself in a corner that only heels can really be Money in the Bank winners.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You can't have a face win it, but it never feels right.
Yeah, I've always felt like the money I would agree with that. I feel like the Money in the Bank.
It's just like it was cool when it came out.
It writes itself as a heel tool.
Yes, and that's why I think it's flawed, and I think they should do away with it.
Damn it! That's a good point you just argued there. Fuck! I don't know where to come back.
What can I say? I'm a master debater.
You master debate all the time.
I master debate.
You know, if you master debate too much, you go blind.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what my mom told me. She walked in on me.
I can't see, Carter.
She walked in on me master debating one time.
Yeah.
It was awkward.
I was masturbating with my...
You said masturbate.
I said master debating.
No, you did not.
I did.
You definitely said masturbate.
You're a liar.
Chat.
I said debate.
You heard it.
I'm masturbating.
I heard it.
Sold out.
I master debated.
Right after that guy broke his cervix.
Yeah. And then Rey Mysterio committed murder.
Man, we did pull this podcast out of our butts.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is what we do. We're like Mark Henry. It's what we do.
He should win Money in the Bank.
No, fuck that.
Fuck that.
He will snap that ladder going up.
No, he will.
I always wanted to see Mark Henry just pick up a ladder while two people are on it, just like, then just throw it. That'd be so cool.
No, yeah, looking back...
It's just my opinion, dude. You can have a different opinion.
Looking back on the history of Money in the Bank... Because, I've always felt that it's a heel tool.
Yeah.
Face winning it feels weird.
Yes. That's why when a face does win it, they usually cash it in that night or the night after.
Yeah. Well, Dean Ambrose is... I mean, they don't... We'll talk about that in a second. But...
The way it used to be was that, like...
I forget he won Money in the Bank.
Who?
Dean Ambrose.
No, I don't. That was like a sweet pay-per-view.
I also forget that Sheamus won it.
I did forget Sheamus won it. Did he win it?
Yeah.
When did he win it?
He won it 2 years ago. 3 years ago. And then he cashed it in.
That's
on
right.
Roman Reigns.
You're right. I don't even look it up now. I remember.
Who,
yeah.
I mean, it didn't help.
I was saying, like, Del Rio won it. Didn't do
Sh-
shit for him. It just made everybody mad at him because Punk wasn't champion. And then you had Jack Swagger win it. He didn't do shit.
Okay.
You had frickin' Dolph win it. He lost it within a month because of his concussion.
Because Jack Swagger can't
Yeah.
kick him in the head, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I like the match. I like the match of like 8 people in a ladder
And
match.
I like
Really.
the idea of giving a mid-card person a step up.
But I feel like that should be earned rather than cashed in, because every time a mid-card guy wins and cashes in, it's always like, well,
Dolph earned
couldn't really beat it. Well, even with Dolph, like
No.
in the
Hear me out.
storyline of that, he cashed in and then lost it, which means proved the point that he was not ready for the main event.
That stuff, I mean, that stuff, some of that's backstage stuff.
Right, I understand. I'm talking about on TV.
Hear me out. On that one specifically. So, Dolph wins Money in the Bank, and then there's this whole, he then creates this stable kind of with AJ Lee and Big E. And it was great.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was, and then he's feuding with John Cena over the Money in the Bank. Dolph earned that.
Yeah.
If you do, it's not necessarily.
I never said anything about him. He should have been a world champion, and he should have won the Money in the Bank at that year. Everything about it was good, but the follow through is what kills it.
He should have won it
That's
back.
what matters.
He should have won that title back for sure.
Yeah, he should have. They should have just wrote him off for a bit, have him come back, hot face, baby face,
They just
get the
shouldn't
title back, then immediately go back to being.
Because what did they do with Del Rio after that? I think Del Rio he lost the title to
I don't remember, honestly,
John Cena.
but it was a SmackDown title.
No, because I know that's when they unified it though.
You're right. You're right. You're 100% right. I believe. I don't know.
If they had continued the Dolph title storyline, we probably would have been looking at it a lot differently. But they dropped it. They probably dropped it because he said some stuff about Randy Orton, and while I don't really care, I'm like, it wasn't very smart.
But that's my point is that I think it's hurt more careers than it's helped. And I'm not saying it didn't help careers. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's done more harm than good, and that's why I think you get rid of it. Keep the match, get rid of the stipulation, make it like you win the Money in the Bank, you get to headline SummerSlam. That way you can have 2. You have the women's and the men's. You can have, or even a tag like they're rumored about doing, which I'm so stoked for if they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many tag people are going to be in it.
That's a lot of people.
Because 16 is too much.
Too many. That's clusterfuck.
But 4 teams seems like a lot less.
I would even do 6.
6, I think, is a good number. Because that's 12 people. They've done 10 before. But you have 12, and then half of them are helping each other.
Yeah.
You know? So that works. But that's my point is, like, you can have Money in the Bank set up SummerSlam. That way you have a pay-per-view in the middle to determine who's going to be the champion for that. And kind of like what they do with Royal Rumble.
Yeah, make it more of a... Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't think... I would agree the Money in the Bank probably, especially as of late, hasn't done anybody any favors.
No.
I think some of that has to do with creative.
Oh, yeah. If they booked, like I say, my statement would not stand if they booked everybody correctly.
Like, if in a perfect world, this Baron Corbin Money in the Bank pays off, Baron Corbin's now champion,
Yeah.
and they did it right. Money in the Bank works.
Yeah.
But they didn't. He cashed in.
Lost.
He lost. And then Cena fucking burned him alive.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. I know it's not everybody's opinion. The chat might be like, "Fuck that, Money in the Bank's the best." LOL.
It's like, I think WWE's just got this commitment problem right now.
No, it's that they have too many people and they don't know how to book. And honestly, I know that sounds horrible. This is gonna sound super, super bad. But honestly, they should probably let go of half their roster. Because they got so many people that it always feels like there's too many people going after two stuff. That's why they have too many titles. They have too many people on each show. That's why they split the show. If they could cut down their roster by half, I know that they shouldn't because I want people to lose their jobs.
But I get what you're saying.
In a logical way, they cut their roster in half. They could focus more.
Or just make more rosters. Make a main event roster.
Well, I had the idea that you should have divisions and not have the divisions be like, he's small, so this is a small person division. You know, I want it to be like, we have like the knockout. Like, the only way to win is by knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
You have whoever's good at striking, you put them in that division, that's their division. You know, and you have all these divisions, like the UK division. All the UK guys go
Kind
for
of like
that.
how New Japan does it.
Kind of similar.
New Japan has such a good wrestling business model.
But they also have way too many titles. If they defended every title on a show, that's the show. You know, that's 9 matches.
I think they call that Wrestle Kingdom.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's why they're going to more like two shows in pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
they
mean,
have too many
honestly,
titles.
WWE should just do that.
I said I had that idea for WrestleMania. WrestleMania should be a 2-day
Do that for your big 4.
No, I don't want to do it. I want it to be one time. One time a year they do a 2-day event. That way you could do like this last year. Remember how it felt like it was too long?
Oh, the year before was way too long.
Yeah, I would say it's 7 hours long. You split that into 2 days. You have Shinsuke AJ headlining one night, and you have Brock and Roman headlining the other night. People would boo less on the Brock and Roman because they had their main event the night before. I would think. I don't know how the crowd reacts, but that's just what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And people will be less tired.
And people would still shit on the Brock match. I don't think that match has anything to do with the length of WrestleMania. That match has everything to do with the fact that people still don't want to cheer Roman, whether or not WWE wants to call him a polarizing figure. You're not polarizing if you're being mostly booed.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
The Smarks will boo John Cena, but he gets mostly cheers.
Yeah.
People mostly boo Roman.
Right.
People don't want to see Roman be champion, but you aren't listening to the fans. Brock Lesnar, when he wrestles Roman, is in such a I don't give a shit mode that you know you're not going to get a good match.
Right.
So I've sat through this exhausting pay-per-view and now I'm watching a shit match.
Right.
I'm going to boo it.
Correct. No, I just if it were me, I would try to make WrestleMania more like Coachella,
Yeah.
where it's
It
like
should be.
Yeah, where it's like a big festival. You can WWE super friendly with the independents, not promoting them, but be super friendly where they have like open rings
Yeah.
kind of around the area, and the promotions can book those rings. It's like a big festival.
Triple H popping in a bunch of like British independent.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like access, but like make it outside, make it like fun. Not summer, but like outside and more like a festival celebrating wrestling.
I'm excited for the WWE that Triple H has.
Dude, I'm so stoked.
I'm excited. Like when Triple H takes over eventually, I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, because I'm curious what he's gonna keep and what he's gonna get rid of.
I think he's gonna get rid of a lot. I don't like. You're not gonna see huge changes.
Yeah, that's where I'm. That's
but
where I was
you're gonna see definitely a difference in creative.
I think you'll see more characters rather than quirky, like, hey, everybody,
You're gonna
let's
see-
go. Like, this
you're gonna-
person's really small. You
You're
know,
gonna
like,
see
oh my
a
god.
lot less. Not necessarily heavy. You're not gonna see so many heavy scripted segments.
Yes.
It'll be
You'll
a
see
lot.
a little more freedom.
Yeah.
I think so.
Let wrestlers be themselves.
Yeah.
Because as much as Vince McMahon's one of the boys, Triple H is I mean, he's a wrestler.
Yeah. He understands.
Yes. And
And-
he's smart.
And he no longer well, he does care a little bit, but he doesn't care about being the star anymore, and he's more about teaching the younger talent.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he knows how to be a star, so he can teach these talents how to
It's
be
Triple
bigger.
fucking H.
Yeah, I'm saying. But everybody knows like he's notorious for being a dickhead behind stage.
He's so good. People try to trash how good he is, but he's not that good. No, he's
no,
that good.
he's that good.
Triple H is amazing.
Yeah.
He's an amazing wrestler. He's an amazing storyteller.
Once he's gone, he's gonna be remembered as one. Of the
I'm
best
sorry,
of all time.
Harley Race loves him,
Yeah.
and I trust Harley. There's 3 people whose wrestling opinions matter in the world of wrestling.
You
and
say
it's
Jim
Ric-
Cornette, I would kill you.
No, it's not
Okay.
Jim Cornette. It's Ric Flair,
Fair.
Harley fucking Race.
Cool. And Hulk Hogan.
No, Stone Cold
Oh.
Steve Austin.
I thought you were gonna say something.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And Paraguaya Jr.
He doesn't know how to take a rope bump. That's why he's dead.
Awesome.
Oh my god, that was dark. I don't like that at all.
Come on, man. Do you know me?
I do. Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit is my favorite wrestler.
All right, so
By the way, if anybody's curious, that's not a shoot. I mean, that is a shoot.
yeah,
I love Chris Benoit.
I do too.
I wish he didn't murder his kid and wife,
Ah,
but what can you do?
not murder your wife again.
I mean, like, what do you want me to do? Not love him?
Yeah, apparently it's what people.
Come on, man.
Anyway, all right. So WWE, they have way too many wrestlers.
Yeah.
they're not doing a lot.
But
with
I don't want to see anybody lose their job.
No,
but,
same.
Like, they just hired too many people.
and a lot of really good talent. Now, obviously, one of the answers is fire them. The other answer is do something with them. And some of these wrestlers that they're not doing anything with are grown a bit stale. And we kind of, before the show, talked about some wrestlers that we would like to see go a different route with their characters. In the sense of becoming bad guys.
Yep.
Because apparently wrestlers don't like it when
Great
you use their
segue.
terminology.
Great segue.
Thank you, I tried. So we kind of discussed it. We're just going to kind of talk about the 5 wrestlers that
No particular order.
that we agree need to go the dark side, go to the dark side of professional wrestling. Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I think I'm curious to see because when she was a heel in NXT, I liked her a lot.
I mean, I like her.
So-
She's great as a face.
Plus, I love her.
I
She's
do
great.
too. I interviewed her. She's very nice.
She's very nice.
She's-
We gotta talk after this. I want to know what you asked her because I never asked you what you asked her.
I asked her. I think she was surprised to get asked like actual like wrestling related questions.
Did you ask her my question?
No,
I said like I honestly believe that her match versus Sasha Banks is the beginning of the women's.
I did.
revolution.
In a way.
Yes!
In a way.
What'd she say?
What I asked her.
I'm sorry. I know we'll get back to what we're saying, but I'm really
because I wanted to ask her that too. Because
Yeah.
Sasha Banks in the.
because that's honestly where I believe it started.
I asked her, basically what does it feel? Because Sasha Banks in one of the DVDs basically credits her not for starting the women's revolution, but kind of being that spark.
That's
was needed.
100% what happened to me because
Yeah.
like I'll straight up admit this is not me being sexist or anything like that. I didn't care about women's wrestling. We were so badly treated. Women were treated so badly. I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
So I never really done it. That match they had at I believe it was the first. It wasn't the first takeover.
No, because they had
Takeover
the
Respect, right?
no, they had. So they did the. So the we're getting way off topic.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
We'll
okay.
get back. It's fine.
The Fatal 4-Way is kind of seen as the start.
But the match they had was before, right?
No, because
No,
Sasha
it's
Banks.
after?
Because that's when Sasha Banks won the title.
Okay.
When Sasha Banks won the title, and then they did Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks.
That's where.
All of a sudden, it's holy shit.
Go back and watch that match, dude. It's
I did. It's a
fantastic.
great match.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, no. The best part was, do I call you Miss Lynch or Becky? Or she's like, you can call me Becky. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that, Miss Lynch. I called her Becky Lynch the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's great. She's great. She's a great good guy. But she's now not... When Charlotte came in, now she was second fiddle to Charlotte.
Yeah.
But now Asuka's there.
Right.
So now she's gone from second fiddle to third fiddle. And almost with the way they book Naomi, you could say she's fourth fiddle.
Yeah. She just hasn't done anything, and I think being a heel would give her a new dynamic and allow her to feud with more people.
She's a good heel.
I would love to see her as a tweener.
She's yeah, but
like someone who just doesn't give a shit.
they don't. WWE doesn't operate that way.
And there's it's very rare for like a women's wrestler to be a tweener.
If in
and like, I
WWE,
don't think I've ever actually seen it.
in
I guess
WWE,
Asuka.
Asuka would be the only tweener.
Yeah, that's the only one I could really think of. Or Nikki Cross. She's kind of a tweener.
I love Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
She should turn heel.
So Becky Lynch is our first
yeah,
heel.
and that creates. I mean, feud with Charlotte right away.
Right away.
Feud with Asuka.
I would love to see that match.
Feud with Naomi. That would be some good. That would
Yeah.
because I'm still on the fence about Naomi.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think.
I think she deserved her title when she got it, but after that, I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think the heels in the WWE, the women's wrestlers who are heels, can help Naomi showcase what she does.
Exactly. That's very
Like
true.
Natalia is the only person who could do that, and she's on Raw now.
Right.
So Becky Lynch, and then it was Balor.
Balor. That was my choice. Well, it's both of our choices, but it's what I suggested because I feel like people want him to be a tweener. I don't want him to be a tweener. I want him to be full on heel. But he will get cheered regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
He's
just the
too
name of the
cool.
game.
He's
That's
too cool.
That's the name of the game. I'm okay with cool heels. I know a lot of old school wrestlers are not happy about that. I'm okay with it as long as it's not like it doesn't like protrude on their stories that are being told. Kevin Owens is like a good example of that. He's a perfect heel, still gets cheered.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like Balor could do. Plus, then you could put Balor with Kevin, and they're like best friends.
I know. What do Deadpool, Dank memes, and my jokes all have in common?
They're
What derpy minion monster sauce? Tell us in the comments.
Wait, what is it? Deadpool, dank memes, and my jokes all have in common. They're dark, or they're bad.
Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds is. I have decided Ryan Reynolds is the person. If it's not Digi, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, I think you put the joke in.
They're all cancer. Oh,
Boom!
shit!
Cancer jokes live.
Anyway,
That
so
was great with all the murder jokes.
Yeah, murder, cancer. He said the M word.
this is why we
You
need.
said the other M word.
We just need.
What
to,
other M word?
Masturbate.
Oh, that's true. Hey, they say that in school in like sex ed class,
It's
so I
a
think I'm
technical
fine.
term.
It's a technical term,
This is why we need pay-per-views.
like a podcast pay-per-view.
This is why we just
Dude,
need-
we should totally do. No, if we ever get big enough that people actually care about us, we should totally do a pay-per-view podcast. Such a cool.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think the problem with Balor right now is he's babyface, and that's all he is. He doesn't have the personality. When they put him with the club, he had a little bit of personality.
Yeah.
Now that the club's on SmackDown, no personality. So I mean, I don't think he necessarily needs to turn heel, but in the
No, this is who I think we want.
yeah.
And this is one I actually really, really want because I think you could tell a great story. Like I said earlier, I could write 6 months of Zack Ryder turning heel, but I could write a year's worth of material of Finn Balor being a heel.
Oh, that's put the title on him immediately. Stuff.
Yeah, it could also be like he could be heel by saying like the fans never really tried to get at me. They tried to never get me over. But I am the real Finn Balor. And then like he could just be like, it's your guys' fault that I was never put in the position to be champion again. I was never given my world title rematch. I want my world title rematch. And anybody who gets in my way, you're a piece of shit, I'm gonna kill you.
Let me put it to you this way: why Balor needs a personality?
He has a personality.
Not
He just-
really.
no, I think he does.
He does. He does. They just don't
He
let
has
him
like
show
the
it.
personality of like a lingerie model, a men's lingerie. Oh, I guess there's no men's lingerie.
It's just underwear.
Underwear model. Thank you. That'd be funny if there was men's lingerie model.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, yeah. But
I don't
point
want to
being is, like,
explore that. I'm a
his
red-blooded
personality-
American.
His personality is that he's kind of mystique.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk a lot, and when he does, it means something. Kind of idea.
Derpy's killing it.
What do you-
Masturbation should be an Olympic event because I'd get gold for sure.
Dude, try to compete with me, bro.
If it's gold, you're doing it wrong,
I get
Derpy.
that long distance. I'll be the long distance gold medal.
Let me put it to you this way. So tonight on Raw, Dolph Ziggler and
Right.
Drew McIntyre beat Finn Balor and Braun Strowman in a tag match.
Wow.
Yeah!
First off, I like that team of Finn and Braun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The coup de grace.
Coup de grace off
Coup de grace
Braun.
off of Braun. I love
He's
it.
like, ah,
But we didn't see that.
get these feet. And he just,
Get these feet.
yeah. But
A Balor among men.
a Balor among men. That's cool.
There we go. That's not a bad tag team.
No.
Oh, shit. Did we just name their tag team?
Yeah. We still need to name Drew and Dolph. That's one I hate that they don't have a team name yet. But I don't think they're going to be together that long.
I hope not.
I think they'll be together for a few months. I don't think long enough to give them a
I
name.
like the finisher. I like them. It seems like Dolph is having more fun.
Drew McIntyre.
It's just what a dick kick to Drew McIntyre.
a dick kick.
You just came back. You're this big deal in NXT. You got injured. You make your main event debut, and your main roster debut, and what are you doing? You're gonna be in a tag team
Yeah.
with Dolph Ziggler.
But that goes back to, like, if they cut their rosters in half, that's my point. Is like, Drew should be someone who's like, I'm going to fight Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view. Like, he should be in the main
Ah!
event.
Yeah.
But because there's so many guys who could be in that position, you kind of like, well, what do we do with him now?
I mean, what a wrestling equivalent of a white people problem. We have too much talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Too
I
much-
know that sounds like you joke, but that's
No,
true.
like, yeah, what a problem.
Yeah.
You have way too much good talent.
You can't build a company around 50 great wrestlers. You need like 5 great, 10 good, 1 or 2 bad.
One Heath Slater,
Yeah.
call it a day.
Hey,
That's how
don't
ECW did it.
Don't talk about Heath Slater. Keep his name out of your mouth.
He's got kids.
He's got kids.
So Balor, heel turn would probably help him out.
I think it'd be good. Then we had Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley has literally no personality right now. He had that weird promo
love
on
you.
Raw.
I love you.
Okay, here's what I
That's so dumb.
Although
I
I-
finally watched it because I heard online that it was like good, and then I heard it was bad. So I watched it. It was bad.
here's my hope. Here's where they can take that in an interesting route. His idea of expressing love
It's through violence.
is through violence.
That'd be freaking cool.
It's way too highbrow for WWE to
That'd
do.
be a cool idea. Like if someone's like, "Hey man, you're my best friend."
A
I'm
flowers
going
for
to kill you."
a flowers for Algernon type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, a fucking of mice and men. That's
Yeah.
I mean that's way too fucking high intelligence for
Right.
WWE to want to do.
Yeah.
But that'd be an interesting character.
That'd be
Especially because Bobby Lashley could pull that off.
But I would also say, like, I just wanted them to kind of rip off TNA in the sense that, like, doing the America Top Team, go into his mixed martial arts career, bring them in, kind of be his henchmen, kind of. I don't know if they would be down with
No.
it. But I like the idea of, like, maybe bringing his coach. I forgot the guy's
like
name.
him being in WWE, I'm like, what is going on with Bellator?
Yeah.
Like what? Like
Well, he's not old, but he's getting old for MMA.
yeah.
That he might be just, like,
But
done.
I mean, that's why Bellator was invented.
Right.
For the old, too old for you.
Very, very true. Get out of here, Fly. We don't like you.
Shoot Fly, don't bother me. I'm doing a podcast.
All right.
All these people trying
So
to get
I don't
on
really have much to say about Bobby Lashley. I just think he's a
needs
better
it.
heel.
He needs something because right now he's just there to wrestle and be Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, Bobby. God, Fly. Bobby Lashley was never a big deal when he was in WWE.
Oh, he did. He was Trump's boy.
Is that good? Is that good?
I don't know.
He's
Friends with the president. I
I'm
guess that's
siding
kind of
with
a big deal.
Umaga, and he loses the match
Oh my god.
and dies.
He's also dead. But he died because he's kind of overweight, right?
Nah, I think he died of drug overdose.
Was it?
I think so.
I never actually looked up how he died, so I have no idea.
Umaga problem.
I thought it was a heart attack because of, like, bad eating habits. Kind of like Yokozuna.
But anyway, so Bobby Lashley, he's not really doing anything.
Yeah, I'd say heel would just give him fresh, and I know he could do a heel because
It
he's
puts
great as a heel
and
in
it,
TNA.
and it puts him in storylines.
Yeah, because Raw doesn't have a lot of bad guys.
Not a lot of compelling bad guys.
That's why a lot of these
I think
picks are from Raw.
Sami Zayn would be your top heel. Yeah. I said that, and now I'm like, yeah, no, Sami Zayn is like your top heel.
Jinder Mahal. I love Jinder, man. I love how bad he is because it fits.
He's cheesy.
I love it.
So Bobby Lashley, so Becky Lynch, Finn Balor,
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. Let's keep these bees going.
With glorious Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode should have been a heel
Yeah.
from the fucking beginning. They
Yeah.
have cut the nuts off of his
I'm
character.
all for him being a face his first night.
Because it's
Just
unavoidable.
because it's unavoidable. He's going to get cheered because
People
it's a
love the
debut.
theme.
Yeah.
People love Bobby Roode.
He should cut that theme. I know it's awesome and great and all that, but I feel like that's what's holding him back.
What a heel move. What a heel
Well, like,
move.
I had this dumb idea. Well, maybe it's not dumb. I had an idea how to turn him heel and make him a huge star. Is I want to pair him up with a Revival.
Yeah.
Maybe one more person, but I don't know who that person is. I kind of go in and out. I want them to be like a modern day Horseman in the sense of like first off, they're going to be called Classic. Just Classic. And it's going to be Bobby Roode, the Revival. And I was thinking like Cesaro. Because I thought Cesaro's very old school, even though he wrestles very new school at the same
I
time.
don't know about
I was thinking because he always wears the suits and shit, it'd be cool them
but,
all wearing suits. And
they're never going to break up the bar.
no, well, I think they will because Sheamus is going to have to retire soon.
The butter. They're the butter.
The Burr.
I like the Revival. I mean,
That's just an idea I had. I like it though.
I'm just trying to think, like, I don't think you would need a fourth person.
That's true.
That
but
muddles it.
The idea came from building a new Horseman.
Yeah.
So you have like the Brainbusters, Ric Flair, and someone who's going to be like
Shit, just
the
get fucking...
what's his fuck? Barry Windham.
Get James Storm back.
Oh, I had that idea too.
Get fucking Frankie Kazarian, and there you go. Just remake Fortune.
Fortune.
Speaking of which, I fucking love the SoCal Uncensored shit.
Oh, it's super funny. Did you watch Being Elite this
Yes,
week?
I did.
I did too. I watched it before it came.
The first SoCal Uncensored thing, I was like, that was kind of weird.
The city fucking sucks.
I miss SoCal. SCU.
They saw this girl and she was like, I want to go to this party. I was like, what kind of accent is that? You have a weird
What kind of
accent.
fucking Frankie Kazarian's just dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking stupid accent is that? I fucking hate this town. Yeah, this
Yeah.
town fucking sucks.
Right.
It was great. Only watch Sit Down Pile Drive if you are 18 or older or lying to your parents.
It's the internet. Relax. 24. It's 2018. You've heard the word fuck before. Relax.
So Bobby Roode, first off, when he was on NXT, he was the best part.
Yeah. Well, at the time, yeah.
Yeah. Like the brief period of time he was on NXT, he was the best part. He was the reason to watch because his heel character is so fucking entertaining.
Right.
But he was still a heel. I still booed him.
Yeah, I wanted to boo him. That's the thing. That's the difference between a good heel and a bad heel is that, because we know it's fake.
I love Tommaso Ciampa.
I love Tommaso Ciampa. He's one of my favorites.
And I will boo Tommaso Ciampa.
Dude, I love Tommaso Ciampa. I saw his last indie match. live.
Yeah.
That's how much I love Tommaso Ciampa. But I love to boo him because
Right.
that's what's fun.
If he came
Maybe-
out, if he was in New Mexico and he was like, I don't want to perform for any of you stupid New Mexican losers.
I'd be like, boo, Tommaso, you suck.
and
they'd be like,
green
"He's so
chili
good."
sucks.
I'm like-
I'd be like, boo! Green chili's awesome, Tommaso, you jerk!
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally buy a Tommaso
Yeah,
shirt.
exactly. That's exactly.
I'm gonna wear it.
And that's how it should be. In this day and age, because you can't go back to people actually hating people.
I think that old school mentality of, well, they like you, you're not doing your heel job. Okay. Old school wrestlers and old school wrestling mentalities, we got something to spoil for you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's fake.
Yeah.
It's time to embrace it and enjoy the new art that it presents.
Yeah.
Where
More
you're
people
just
like the Joker than Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You're just telling a story. Let's enjoy the story when you muddle it with this, well, I mean, they cheer the bad guy.
Yeah. It's just like you haven't seen the new Avengers yet.
No.
Fucking love Thanos, though. They made Thanos like the best.
Yeah.
He's like the best character in that movie, and I love him. But he's the bad guy.
What do we complain? Like, most Disney films suck now because the villain is not entertaining.
Right.
You need to like a villain.
Yeah.
Whether or not, like, the
You have
villain
to,
needs
a
to
villain
be a villain.
a villain is the hero of their own story.
That's why Roman Reigns sucks, because no one wants to fucking cheer for him.
Right.
So you turn him heel, so the boos, A, make sense, and B, you give him the opportunity to do something entertaining. Speaking of which, Roman Reigns. Bobby Roode needs to turn heel, so does Roman Reigns.
Is that our fifth one?
It was one of them.
Okay, I thought that was our deciding.
Our number five.
Roman Reigns, dude, he should have turned heel like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you're not doing anything with him that's working as a good guy.
I don't even think it's gonna work.
you
I
give off
honestly
this-
don't think it's gonna work.
No. You give up this bullshit explanation for why you haven't just done the deed already, where it's like, well, if you're already booing him, doesn't that technically make him a bad
No,
guy?
it doesn't.
No.
We're booing him because we don't like him, not because his character work is so good that we.
You
want
have
to
him
boo
out there
and
cutting
that's the
these-
point. You put Roman and Tommaso Ciampa in the same conversation, and people will be like, "No, we're booing him because we like him and he's doing good work, so
Yeah.
we're giving him the reaction
He's
he
doing
deserves."
he's doing good heel work.
Right.
Roman Reigns
we're
is doing
booing because
shit
we don't
face
like
work.
him and we hate him. We don't like him.
Yeah.
And that's what WWE doesn't understand is that they're not booing him because he's polarizing or we're smarky or anything like that. We just don't like him.
And he's not entertaining. We're not
No.
being entertained.
He
We
should-
want something else.
They should honestly write him off for 6 months and have him go train.
I'm
Learn,
booing
be
Samoa
better.
Joe because Samoa Joe's doing good heel work.
Right.
But then you put him in his boring ass face match with Roman Reigns, and not only am I booing the match because it sucks, I'm booing it and walking out.
Yeah.
Because Roman Reigns is nothing to care about, and you're sacrificing a great wrestler in Samoa Joe
Yeah.
to get fucking Roman Reigns over.
He gave me a nod once, Samoa Joe, like a.
What
I was
about
like,
Roman?
oh! It was over here at when TNA came to Rio Rancho. And
God,
we
you
did-
dated yourself just now.
I know. It was like 2009, 2010. And
The good old days.
the main event was AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. This is when he was doing the Nation of Violence. And he was just like, he had like a little bit of face paint. He had the first time he did the skirt kind of thing. And everybody's like, AJ Styles, we love you, AJ. And I'm over in the crowd. I'm at like, it's like at a hockey rink. So it's like, there's the floor and then there's a lift. I'm in
Yeah.
the front row of the lift.
Was it the Santa Ana Star Center,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I've been.
So I was just like, Joe, I love you, Joe. And I did this, and he just looks at me and just goes. And then he goes, and he starts beating up AJ Styles more. It was awesome. I love wrestling.
If you turn Roman Reigns into a bad guy, it gives you a new direction to take him, which is nice because we've been getting the same.
Did you say nude erection?
Yes, it did.
Oh, okay.
It's the only erections I accept.
Okay. Sorry, that was just a bad joke.
It gives you a new direction to take Roman Reigns, which he desperately needs because you've been doing the same shit for 4 years, and then guess what? It's not fucking working.
Right.
It's not working. I hate to break it to the WWE. So even if the heel turn doesn't work, at least you tried something.
I think you just need to refresh him. Give him new music, new gear, new moves. Literally just make him not Roman Reigns.
Ban the Superman punch.
I don't mind the Superman
I
punch.
hate it.
I just don't like the spear.
This,
I hate the
See,
spear.
we're the opposite. I don't mind the spear. The Superman punch, the fucking cock that he's got to do, The fact that he hits like 20 million of them and they don't do anything,
Right.
and the fact that it's the most easily reversible move in the fucking game.
To me, football players get tackled 50,000 times during a match. It's not going to knock anybody out.
But he's Samoan and he's the best at it.
Shut up.
He's better than
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Well, Goldberg, spears should never be finishers. Sorry, Edge. Spears shouldn't be finishers. Spears should be setups for finishers.
But Edge did. He would do the hair, and then his face would get all. At least he did that. At least it was like,
yeah,
oh
but
no.
but like, no offense to Edge, his spear was very weak.
Yeah, but Roman.
He would like
Edge,
caress them
Edge
and pull
of
them.
all the wrestlers, Edge, who's not a very big guy,
Right.
he's tall.
But
I
like
think.
the educator and the executioner, great finisher.
Well, it kind of fit with his gimmick because the spear can be an opportunistic finisher. We're
agree
getting
to
off topic.
disagree.
Edge should turn heel. Anyway, so Roman Reigns, just to do it, just to get it over with.
Yeah,
But number 5, Dean
that's right.
Ambrose.
Well, okay, so let me just say, when we were talking about making this little list, I said we should take Dean Ambrose off it because he's not active. So we don't know what he is right now because he's gone.
Well, he's a face right now.
But when he comes back, he should definitely be heel. I've been watching a lot of like his work in CZW.
John Moxley
John
promos,
Moxley.
yeah.
He used to team with Sammy Callahan and Joe Gacy.
I mean, you don't even have to go that far. You can just watch it when they were heels in fucking The Shield.
right.
Dean Ambrose, when they were bad guys, he was the breakout star.
Tell me, what questions are you trying to ask? Are you aligned with CM Punk?
Nope. It was great. And he called CM Punk a catchphrase.
Yeah, that was great, dude. He's just like, I'm the.
You're
People
just
always say, "Am I really that good?" Yeah, I am that good.
I'm the best in the world. CM Punk, you're
It's
just
not
a
just
catchphrase.
catchphrase on the back of a T-shirt.
Although CM
so
Punk is best in the world.
Not anymore. I honestly like
Well,
he's
no,
still my
'cause he doesn't
favorite.
wrestle anymore.
No. I'm saying like if you compare now to then, he's not the best in the world anymore.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Well,
I love CM Punk. He's my favorite wrestler, but besides Chris Benoit.
Well, so, I think it's real easy to tell when Dean Ambrose doesn't care.
Oh yeah.
And so far as a face, I've seen him mostly not care. And I don't think it's his fault. I think he takes what he does very seriously. As much as he says it's not, like, for him, like, the fans shouldn't take it seriously. But as a professional wrestler, he cares very much about the art.
Mm-hmm.
And as a face, they haven't really given him a whole lot of art. It's been a lot of, you're going to do this shit with James Ellsworth and AJ Styles. And then we're just going to put you with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I think this break of him being injured is going to do him wonders.
I hope so. Because as surprising as Seth Rollins' heel turn was, and as well as that paid off for Seth Rollins, I almost wonder what it would have been like if Dean had been the one.
I thought it was going to be Roman from the get-go.
I mean,
I thought Roman was going to be the corporate guy, and then he would talk about how Seth and Dean came up through the indies and stuff like that. That's what I thought at the time. Now, look, in hindsight...
I think that would have worked, too.
I think...
Literally, I mean, I think that shows the success of the Shield, because if I'm being honest, any one of those three could have been put in that position, and I think it would have done wonders for all for any of them.
Dean's very much like a gypsy, in the sense that, like, he's very... like dirty, and not that gypsy's dirty. I'm saying like he's like very. I don't know how to put it. Like he lives off the land. He doesn't really need much.
He's grody.
Him being a corporate stooge wouldn't make sense in his character.
Yeah, but neither does Corporate Kane.
But he's a senator or gonna be a governor
gonna
or
be
whatever.
mayor.
So it kind of fits with his character more than you would think.
I mean, I don't really care about it. Corporate Kane is the most like.
Yeah, I just see I see Dean as like a hippie, like hipster kind of idea. So I don't see him being the corporate guy. That's why I didn't think he would be the one who turned. But I thought Roman was going to be that.
So Dean needs it because that's where that's as a face, as a good guy, all of that passion and anger that John Moxley had is lost.
He's very, for me. Well, finish what you were going to say. I'll tell you what I'm saying.
Well, he's coming out and he's cutting these stupid fucking promos with these dumb, goofy hats, and he's always eating something, and he's kind of like Like when Rob Van Dam in ECW One Night Stand was like, back when my vocabulary consisted of more than just 2 words, yeah, and whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of where good guy Dean Ambrose is. He reminds me of ECW Rob Van Dam. Not the moves he was doing, but the personality. And I like that. I like that kind of cocky dickhead personality. And all we have is this, I don't really care about anything. And therefore, as a fan, I don't really care about Dean Ambrose. And it's not necessarily his fault. There is literally no passion in his storyline. Why would I care about it?
Right. For me, Dean Ambrose comes off as an eerie character. Mysterious, dark, like a guy who would carry a switchblade in his back pocket for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't come off as a face. To me, he reminds me, I've always had the idea where he's like the wrestling equivalent of like the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the closest we get to him. If they took that route of making him like a dark, mysterious, kind of good-looking
Like he's the guy,
heartthrob, but he's a bad guy.
he's the movie character who pulls the knife, like he robs the people.
He's like the boyfriend in Scream who ends up being the killer, spoiler
Yeah.
alert. But he's like that idea where he's like dark, he's in and out of prison, but he's got a kind heart, but he's a really bad person at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what I see Dean as. He'd be a perfect tweener, but I think he'd be a great villain.
Yeah. And everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
When
it.
he first came up, I thought that I had the idea of pairing him with AJ Lee because AJ Lee was doing the crazy AJ kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Put over with Dean, you had
Yeah.
the Joker and Harley. It's like perfect. But didn't happen that way. We're stuck where we're at.
See, there's no heel that needs to turn face because for some reason heels just naturally turn face.
No, I say Kevin Owens could turn face now.
Well, they're doing it. By all accounts, I think that's where they're going with Kevin Owens.
right.
It'll be what an interesting world we're gonna live in.
I'd like to see Baron Corbin become a face because I like Baron Corbin.
I do too.
And I think that he's just not working. And I think giving him like a badass face could work.
Yeah.
Drew should be a face.
Yeah.
Drew should be the face.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
But yeah, so I think he's a great because him in NXT, I like the idea of like, I'm a man. You're just a pussy. Like, you know, like kind of idea, like very old school,
Yeah.
manly man.
Come at me like a man.
He's like
Yeah.
William Wallace incarnate.
I love it. That's probably why they're not going to do it.
Right. And on that note.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sit Down and Pile Drive. We're going to call it here. We're tired.
Yeah.
Stick around, because now I guess Monday is niche interest and hobby night.
Cool.
Wednesday is improv night. Thursday is comedy night. Friday is board game night. Monday's just nerd night. Because up next we have the debut episode of an anime show that I'm not going to try and pronounce.
It's like Super Anime Gladiator Championship Showdown.
Zack and
something like
Bond of the Zack and Bond show that does not exist, but they missed the boat on calling
Hey,
it the Zack and Bond show.
A little crossover. Go watch Tiger Mask W.
Ooh.
It's an anime about professional wrestling.
Would love to do crossovers with
So
it.
if you're interested in that,
So make
stick
sure
around.
you stick around. They're going to be talking about anime for a little bit, and we're going to end it here on Sit Down and Pile Drive. For Sit Down and Pile Drive, I'm Connor Bradley.
I'm Connor Griffiths.
And make sure you check us out on Twitch, guys. Twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live. We're on YouTube. We're on the Facebook, Color Circuit Live. Check us out on Instagram. Make sure you go to our Patreon. If you like what you see and you want to contribute financially, make sure you go to the Color Circuit Patreon. You got a bunch of reward tiers and stuff like that. You know how Patreon works. You're watching the show. Have a good night, guys. Deuces.
Connor's out.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm starting to lose my voice. That's